Hey, Max.
Henry.
Hey, Henry Lockwood here, part of my Take podcast.
Heard of it.
We're just doing the show. We're talking about stats, and Dan, Big Cat Cats, host, one of the co-hosts, one of the three co-hosts of part of my Take, brought up a interesting stat that we wanted to call you in and let you know that.
On today's part of my take, we have some NBA talk with our good friend Rachel Nichols back on the show. And then we have two special guests in studio, Chris O'Connor and Tommy Pope, comedians from Stuff Island. Also, they're in the new Shane Gillis show, Tires, out on Netflix now. Just happened to work out that way. It wasn't a promotional tour, but we talked about it, and it was an awesome interview with both them and Rachel. We're going to talk some Celtics Game 2, reversing the curse. We got some hockey talk. We've got an all-time Fyre Fest that I would say everyone should tune into.
It's important that you listen to it so you know what not to look for online tomorrow.
It's important, yeah. You listen to it, get educated, and then maybe share what we talked about so that people know what not to share.
Well, it's really, we're raising awareness because there's a video that's coming out that makes it look like something happened, but in reality, that's not what happened, and you need to listen to this so that you know when you see it and share it, the truth behind it.
Yeah. Okay, so we got a great show for you. Sending you in a long weekend. We're going to do, we'll be back on Tuesday. No show Monday, but we're brought to you by our friends at DraftKings. We're this close to crowning an NBA champ, and with the action heating up on the court, it's even hotter at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. There's only so many games left, and DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered with the same game parlays, live betting, odds boosts, and so much more. Don't miss out, or you'll have to wait until next NBA season to place your bets. It's super easy for the first-timers to get started. Try betting on something simple like picking a team to win. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, select your squad, place your first bet. It's that simple. The Mavs and the Wolves play Game 2 tonight. You could take it right now. Let's see, what is the line? I think it's pretty close to a pick 'em. So tonight I was way off. It's 5.5. The Timberwolves are minus 5.5. And you could bet it any which way you want with the DraftKings Sportsbook. New to DraftKings, listen up, new customers. Get a no-sweat bet up to $1,500. Just deposit at least $5, and you'll get a bonus bet back equal to your first bet if it doesn't hit. We got a bunch of props. We'll probably have a parlay, PMT parlay, sometime in the next couple of days in the DraftKings Sportsbook. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code TAKE. That's code TAKE for new customers to get a no-sweat bet up to $1,500. If your first bet doesn't hit, only on DraftKings, the crown is yours. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Part of My Take, presented by DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use code TAKE. That's code TAKE for new customers. Get a no-sweat bet up to $1,500 if your first bet doesn't hit. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Today is Friday, May 24th. And Hank, congratulations, NBA Finals.
Yeah, Hank.
Game 2, easy winner.
No Game 2 blues for the Celtics, for the city of Boston.
Ass kicking.
Jaylen Brown, is Jaylen Brown the guy?
He took it personally. Hank actually says it. So we taped Rachel Nichols in the afternoon, and Hank predicted it. You can see it. He said it all. He's been saying it for the last day. He was going to get upset about the fact that he wasn't on the All-NBA teams, and he was going to go off. He scored 40. Jaylen Brown might be the guy.
I can definitely smell a narrative that's building. There are going to be people that ask, like, is Jaylen Brown really the leader of this team? Is he the best player on the team? And aside from the player efficiency ratings, scoring, field goal percentage, and defense, and
dribbling with your left
win shares, and all the other advanced stats, except for all those, he is the best player on the team.
Yeah. And Jaylen Brown was incredible. Jayson Tatum was incredible.
Bad first quarter.
I love that Nick was watching that game being like, oh my god, he only has 12 points in the first quarter. Like he's doing so bad. He's got
I
4
was
points.
joking with you. We played
you were
fine.
so ready for it, and then Jayson Tatum showed up in the third and fourth quarter.
Yeah, when the
got
Celtics
over
were up 20.
Mm-hmm. Anthony Edwards didn't even score 20 points last night. You probably weren't even going to mention that.
I was going to mention that.
But yeah, it was a great game. Jaylen Brown, I knew it the second they announced the All-NBA teams. People call the Celtics a super team. They had one player on the All-NBA team.
Oh, you love that.
It's a snub. It was absolutely a snub. They're the best team in the league. They had the best
are they
record.
a super team?
No, clearly not. How can you be a super team with one person on the All-NBA team?
Makes a good point. He makes a good point.
They were the best team in the league. Jaylen Brown, All-Star, Supermax, deserves it all. Should have been at least third team. Probably should have been second team. Great defender, two-way player. The second that got announced, I knew he was going to go off tonight. I knew he was going to take it personally. I say it later in the Rachel Nichols interview. He's going to drop 40-piece, and he did.
I think they're a super team, but not a super team.
They're a fantastic team.
Yeah.
2-0. Game 2 curse reversed. And yeah, we're on to I guess Dallas.
And
I don't know.
Well, it's probably earlier for that, but I do think that they're going to beat the Pacers. The Pacers, who again,
that's a bold take.
No, I'm saying like in
get crazy.
In Game 3, I think it might even be a sweep because Halliburton's probably not going to play.
Well, Halliburton,
he's got a hamstring, and
he seems
it's going to be tough to come back from a hamstring.
He might. It's probably real, but I've also felt like Halliburton's injuries kind of pop up whenever they're down 20 points.
If that's the case, then they've got a better shot because I don't know who they're going to have playing defense. Nimhard, is Nimhard going to play defense against Jaylen Brown?
Yeah, I mean this is
Naismith, their best player, is a former Celtic.
Yeah. By the way, you emptied the bench tonight, which I wish.
I know.
Max is not here.
I know. This is a great stat.
O'Shea Brissett.
O'Shea, can you see?
Had 2 points.
Good.
He has 2 more points in the conference finals than Joel Embiid. That's
wait.
fact.
You mean this year?
No, all time.
Oh,
so FaceTime him. Just tell him. Just tell him that stat, because he'll just get upset. But yeah, he's not here.
Wow.
Hey, Hank, this series is over, and I have another reason for why this series is over. Hank, I don't know if you saw this story. Or you're FaceTiming Max. By the way, we're also taping. About to be in second overtime. Connor McDavid could have won this game very easily.
if he could have scored the big one, then he could have won the big one.
All he had to do was not double clutch that. Just fucking put it in, dude. Wasn't ready for the moment. Oh, Max is
Speaking of not ready for the moment.
not ready for the moment. He's not ready for the moment.
He's answered as many FaceTimes as Joel Embiid has points in the conference finals.
Yes, that's a fact.
Pip.
Hank's
Pip
putting
him.
everybody on a pip.
Pip him. No, Hank,
Hippie
the
lock
reason
stock.
why this series is over is after the game, Rick Carlisle thanked the Boston police for escorting the Pacers team bus today, cutting their commute down from 50 minutes. Oh, go ahead.
Hey, Max.
Henry.
Hey, Henry Lockwood here, part of my Take podcast.
Heard of it.
We're just doing the show. We're talking about stats, and Dan, Big Cat Cats, host, one of the co-hosts, one of the 3 co-hosts, a part of my Take, brought up a interesting stat that we wanted to call you in and let you know that O'Shea Brissett.
That stupid guy who has more points in conference finals points than Joel Embiid. Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, so you did see it.
I was literally looking at it. Yes, I saw
I
it.
was just looking at it and getting mad when you called
You
me.
Yeah.
favorite it? Did you retweet it?
No, it was somebody tagged me in it. It was like, "Hey, Big Cat, make sure you send this stat to Max." I don't give a fuck. Who cares
Yeah.
about conference finals?
Do you think that O'Shea Brissett?
Clearly not the Sixers.
Do you think the Sixers could?
Wild
Do
state.
you think the Sixers should build their team around O'Shea Brissett? He can perform in the playoffs, deep into the
I'm
playoffs.
sure that he would be great.
He has more points than
Tatum with another inefficient.
That was Fleming.
It was
It's
Fleming.
not the early onset
It's
Fleming. You
Fleming.
just said another.
I said another.
What was 25, like 6 and 7? Is
They
that
had 23 points.
Yeah, if Joel Embiid had that stat line, people would be crucified.
in a win?
He did go 1 for 7 from 3.
He went
And he's
1
still
for
a-
6 in the first quarter.
Yeah, and he went 9 for 20 from the field.
We were ready with these stats just in case.
It's insane.
Yeah.
All right, Max, see ya.
It doesn't hit the same when they win.
When they
by
win,
double
when they win
digits.
impressively, it's tough.
All right, so back to my stat, why this series is over. Rick Carlisle, after the game, said that he thanked the Boston Police for escorting the Pacers team bus today, saying they cut down the commute from 50 minutes in Game 1 to 7 minutes today. Do you think there's any chance if the Boston Celtics or the Boston Police thought the Pacers posed any type of threat, they would escort them and give them that type of treatment? That is a full sign that they know this series is over, because that's like a classic. They could just be like, you know what, you find your way to the game. We'll let you guys shoot around a little bit. They don't even have to do those kind of tricks. They just know it's over.
One thing I've learned about the Boston Police Department, they are very much involved in Boston sports. There's that cop that's always like in Fenway Park and right center field. Yeah, that guy, Hank.
I went down the slide.
The guy that went down the slide, which got deleted from the internet somehow.
That had nothing to do with Boston sports.
Yeah, but still,
that's a sport.
yeah,
you just got to say it. The guy went down the slide. It was
all-time
funny.
video.
And then there's always a cop that's like basically in the Celtics team huddle on the sideline. That cop's got the best job in the world.
Would you?
Carlisle played for the Celtics though, so maybe it was a respect.
Right, but would you agree with my assessment? Like if this was a series, if they were playing the Lakers, if they were playing the Sixers, if they were playing the Knicks.
Are you bringing up there was a podcast about the LeBron Game 6 Heat game?
No, I didn't see this.
Where like I think it was not Birdman, Mike Miller maybe.
Okay.
I think it was Mike Miller. And Shane Battier talking about it, and he was like, LeBron was pissed because they like delayed our bus and it took us forever to shoot around.
So that's it. Right. Like that's a game that you have to be like, all right, we might not be able to beat the Heat. This series is over.
On the other hand, if you're the police department, you're giving them an escort to the game, I feel like 7 minutes isn't even long enough for you to get comfortable in a bus.
Yeah.
You can't listen to your full pregame like playlist that you have for yourself.
True, you got to finish in the locker room. Hank, are you now so this series is over, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They might lose one.
How are you feeling about this finals? Because it really, like, in a weird way, it's just getting juicier and juicier.
Oh yeah. Well, it's like I want
everyone who says that the Celtics have played no one, if the Celtics don't win, be like, haha, told you so. And then you have the opposite where you can be like, fuck all of you. You know, we beat the West. We steamrolled through the East. Go fuck yourself.
Exactly.
Right.
Only play with who's in front of you. I just don't. I flip-flop. back
Mavs and
forth.
Wolves?
Yeah.
Just as long as it's not the Nuggets.
Exactly.
Right.
Beating Kyrie would be nice, but then there's a little bit of like scariness of like, does he know Jayson and Jalen? He was play with them when they were younger. Does he know their secrets? Could he
stomp
use
on
that
Lucky
against
again?
us?
Knows the secrets.
But also if we beat the Mavericks, and then it would kind of shut you up with your like Luka Doncic, best player left in the playoffs.
He is. That's just
He is.
I know, but it would be nice to just be like, well, if he's the best player in the playoffs, why didn't he win?
Because you might not have the best team.
Right, but like that.
But I never said that. I never said that the best players always the best player always wins. I said the best player. People writing off
well, then
the
he'd
Mavs.
He would still be, if he was the best player, he'd still be MVP probably.
No, but
we're getting
no.
Because
Because you're gaslighting me, and you're also taking out all of everything I said out of context and trying to rearrange all my thoughts. I didn't say first of all, he wasn't the best. He's not the best player in the NBA. I never said that. I said he's the best player left in the playoffs with 4 teams left, and.
You took offense to that, by the way.
You took offense to that. And then the best team, the best player doesn't mean necessarily they will win the championship. I said the best player.
Yeah, no, I'm with Hank. I disagree too. Can Luka win the big one?
The best player, having the best player means that they should never be written off, which was what was happening with a lot of people being like the Wolves or the Nuggets will beat the Mavs in 5 games, which I guess they still could. Back to your points, even though you just butchered everything I said.
No, I'm
focused.
Focused on the Western Conference.
So focused, you're thinking about what I said 3 days ago.
No, I'm just thinking about what would be sweeter.
I think it'd be sweeter. It'd be sweeter to beat the Dallas Mavericks. For sure.
No, there's many reasons.
It'd be way sweeter to beat Kyrie, but you're also afraid of Kyrie.
I'm a little bit more afraid of Kyrie than
you have a healthy respect for Kyrie.
You're not afraid of Luka?
Because
Tatum's better than him.
Of course, I'm afraid of Luka, but I don't know. We got the horses, man. We got the horses.
You got the horses. Celtics are very good.
It's also people bring up the Warriors team, and it's like we have Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis. Like they were not on the team, and they're significant parts of this team.
And you will
keep saying that.
And you will have the reverse where you will have the most experience,
Mm-hmm.
whereas you didn't against the Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
So, ready to go. You're still upset about the Luka.
I'm not upset.
Saying Luka. So let's talk about this because I watching that game on Wednesday night, incredible game. It was a little satisfying, even though I do have a future on the Wolves and I picked the Wolves in 7. It was satisfying to watch Luka take over that game in the fourth quarter because people forgot about Luka, and the Hanks of the world and the Wolves fans of the world think that if you say Luka Doncic is the best player left in the playoffs, you're saying Anthony Edwards or Jayson Tatum sucks, which is not at all what I'm saying. I'm just saying Luka Doncic, what he did on Wednesday night is why he's the best player left in the playoffs.
And what's crazy, not only was he scoring, he was playing defense. I've never seen Luka play defense like that ever. I don't think he has.
No, he has been playing a lot better defense.
But the defense that he played last night was incredible.
Yeah, I mean, the lob pass he broke up basically won the game.
He was a legitimately great defender last night.
Yeah, no, he's been that the narrative that Luka and Windhorst said it even too. Like the narrative that Luka sucks at defense. He's not an elite defender, but he is a passable and sometimes above average defender now, and everyone just assumes he's a traffic cone. He won that game when he broke up that lob pass.
I don't assume he's a traffic cone. I just think that he was
say
playing so good last night that he was like the reason why they won on defense, and it was crazy to see. Here's a fun stat though. Ready for this nugget? This is I think Phil Mackey says this. Since 2011, in the NBA Conference Finals, teams that come off a Game 7 win versus teams that didn't play a Game 7 are 0-14 in Game 1. So that trend continues.
Yes, and that was the Pacers almost beat that.
Yeah, they almost bucked it.
Yeah, if they had figured out how to cover Jaylen Brown.
It was also Jason Kidd's, I believe, his first win ever in Game 1 of a series.
Yeah, they don't usually win Game 1s.
Yeah.
But it was a great game in the fact the Mavs, if you had told the Mavs fan before this game that they would have hit 6 threes, 6 for 25 from 3, and still won this game, they'd be like, what the hell just happened? Well, what happened was Kyrie Irving took it personal when Anthony Edwards said he was going to guard him and torched him. And Anthony Edwards looked like tired trying to stay in front of Kyrie Irving. I know he wasn't always the one guarding him.
I think he said it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to guarding him.
And Kyrie Irving said it afterwards. He's like, yeah, I was sitting on my couch and he called me out. And I was like, okay, sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie Irving was incredible in the first half. Then Luka finishes it. Kyrie Irving scores 24 points in the first half. Luka scores 19 points in the second half. The Mavs 1-2 punch with the two of those guys. And it's crazy, but I feel like I've turned on Kyrie where I'm kind of rooting for him. He feels like he's enjoying basketball again. He's enjoying being a teammate. He's a good teammate. And when he's playing like he's playing, it's hard not to be like, damn, this is so much fun to watch.
It's the eclipse. The eclipse got to him. It is weird. Him and Bryson recently. It's like, wait, I'm rooting for this guy. And then when Kyrie was sitting in with the TNT guys after the game, you could see how much fun he was having.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like a fun guy to talk to. He was engaging. He was listening. He was joking around. I was like, oh, Kyrie seems normal.
Yeah, yeah.
Did he get normie pilled?
I don't know what happened, but he maybe just got older.
Yeah.
It's funny because he is 32, so it's like, he was 29 then.
Yeah, he was really young. I still remember when he was on the Cavs, and they asked him one time, it was like, LeBron, he's a father of 3. He's a great father. Can you talk about how he is as a father figure in the locker room? And Kyrie's like, excuse what?
Yeah.
Are you saying that he's my dad?
Yeah.
And that environment that he was in Cleveland was just so weird.
Yeah.
And then when he went out on his own, tried to find himself for the first time.
Yeah.
Discover his identity. It took him a while, but he's here.
Took him a while. He's here. The Mavs are tough. I also love what the Mavs are doing where they're splitting time with Gafford and Lively and basically getting an elite center out of the two of them because they just go balls to the wall when they're in the game, and they combined finished for the Oilers just scored. Look at that. Connor McDavid off the hook.
There we go.
That was
Who
a
scored?
bad
Is that
miss.
McDavid?
I think it was Draisaitl. I don't know.
Bad
It
miss?
might have been McDavid.
I think it was McDavid. Redemption.
It was McDavid.
Redemption.
Wow, that would be huge for him. Because that miss was very bad. Who scored there, Memes? Give it to us.
I don't think it was McDavid.
I got a notification that said McDavid.
It
Oh,
was McDavid.
it was McDavid.
Yeah, it was McDavid.
We need to see a replay. They're showing everyone, so it's kind of.
I was about to just say it's been the best year in Dallas sports in history. It still has. with the Rangers, the Mavericks going this far, the Stars. ESPN put up a very, very insulting graphic. Did you see that?
No.
It was years since last conference final, and it was obviously the World Series, not conference but league, and it was Rangers 0, Stars 0, Mavericks 0, Cowboys 26.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a great graphic.
Yeah, it was McDavid. Look at that. Redemption. It's good that he scored that because it would have been bad. That was a bad miss.
You don't want to go to bed tonight thinking about that miss.
No. So the Oilers are up 1-0 in the series. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah, the Mavs centers are awesome. They just go balls to the wall. Hank, would you like to have an Anthony Edwards discussion?
We can
I
have
did
it.
write it down. I did write it down.
We can have it. Honestly, the media, which we'll get into with Rachel, has forced me to do this because
Agreed.
I realized it last night. I like Anthony Edwards a lot.
I love him.
I'm a huge fan. I enjoy watching him play. I think he's a superstar. But when the media does this Jayson Tatum narrative, then I have to watch these games and be like, where is it for him? He had 19 points. He was bad shooting night. They lost the game.
Agreed.
Where
I wrote it
why
down.
aren't the people talking?
He has not been playing.
He wasn't good in Game 7 either.
No, he was not. He's not been playing great as of late, and he
said, "I want Kyrie." That was like as dumb a thing.
Really
as you
dumb
could
thing to
possibly
say. Really dumb thing to say. Now, I do think that there's a long series, but
this is where whatever.
Every time we talk about Jayson Tatum, I say he's incredible.
I'm sorry.
So there's
talk it out.
There, we said that if he dominates,
he gets the benefit of the doubt,
and he gets to the finals, and he dominates in the finals, then we will be talking about Jayson Tatum in the same breath as other top tier.
Tatum has been doing it for longer, and I
think he broke the record for most playoff points scored in his first 7 years ever.
I also say he's incredible every time we talk about him. And I have him ranked higher than Anthony Edwards.
Now Hank is doing this. He's making us do this because he's dug his heels in so hard on Tatum. What you've done is you forced us to nitpick Jayson Tatum. You forced us to, after every game, find stats to make you mad about Jayson Tatum.
And it's not really you guys. I want to make that clear.
Because I want to be very
ESPN's in the first takes and the undisputeds where it's like you see the discussions they have and you see, and I probably follow too many Boston accounts, but it's like Anthony Edwards after a loss, Jayson Tatum after a win. It's still negative about Jayson Tatum and positive about Anthony Edwards. And
Anthony Edwards deserves criticism. He called out Kyrie and then he got torched and he only scored 19 points. Let's just end this Jayson Tatum thing for one last time. I have him ranked somewhere between the 4th and the 6th best player in the NBA.
What if he wins the NBA Finals and then dominates in the Olympics?
I'd probably have him 3rd.
Over Luka?
Probably not. If you ask trade, if you call up and trade, probably not.
The reason why the media likes
two.
Anthony Edwards so much and they don't like Jayson Tatum, it seems like they don't like him as much. Anthony Edwards is new. So when somebody's new, we're like, oh, this is exciting. The possibilities are limitless. And then if Anthony Edwards spends the next 4 years not quite winning a championship, then people will talk about Anthony Edwards the same way they talk about Jayson Tatum.
I also
think
simple. Anthony Edwards is the first guy in a while to go outwardly, spoken outwardly, against the buddy banana boat era of the NBA. But I think people don't realize there's a lot of new guys right now that are similar to Anthony Edwards that aren't buddy. I don't think Jayson Tatum's very buddy. I don't think Luka's very buddy. I don't think Jokic is very buddy. SGA, Brunson. Do you think Brunson is buddy with
all his Nova boys?
Anthony, well, they're all on his team. Anthony Edwards was the first guy to kind of say it. So everyone's like, fuck, this is a breath of fresh air. The other guys haven't said it, but I don't see the same friendship because it was always weird when, LeBron and Chris Paul and Carmelo were best friends, but also competing against each other.
Right. You give them maybe 5 or 6 years, maybe they become buddy.
Right.
That's kind of how this whole thing works.
It's they play on enough Olympic teams.
Yeah, the super teams are being phased out because the people that would make up the super teams are getting over the hill where they're not the young talent anymore. Then the new talent is like, fuck you guys, I'm going to go out and compete on my own. They might one day decide to join forces. If they get frustrated not winning a championship, they might team up with somebody.
Yeah.
That's how time works.
Anthony Edwards has not scored 20 points in 4 of his last 6 games. That's not good enough. Does that feel good, Hank?
You know what?
Did that feel good? What I
Oh,
just
that's
did?
the thing. It's I really have no axe to grind.
Say
with
that stat
Anthony
again.
Edwards.
Anthony Edwards has not scored 20 points in 4 of his last 6 games. That's not good enough.
I'm going to agree with Hank. If Jayson Tatum did that, it would be lights out.
I would say that's not good enough.
I think I would be meaner. I'd be meaner.
Well, I mean, the age thing does change it.
It does, and he's new, and he's
Yeah.
exciting, and it's fun, so we're going to talk about all the upsides.
His first playoff series. Second, third,
Well,
fourth,
play-in.
fourth. I don't count the play-in. Fourth.
It's basically his first.
Do you feel good with me saying it's not good enough?
Yeah.
Okay. That's not good enough. The Wolves, I mean, Wolves fans know that's not good enough.
Now,
Like,
Luka-
he has to be the guy.
Now, Luka, on the other hand,
Psh,
that's a great player.
dude, he's awesome. I know the ref thing. I know people don't like it. I think it's a little much as well. But when he's controlling everything and getting to his spots and no one can stop him, it's so much fun to watch.
And he's yelling at his teammates.
And he does it in like a kind of slow-mo where it's just like but it's so smooth.
It's funny, like if it's a quarterback that's yelling at his teammates, you're like, I like that leadership. That's a field general. Grab him by the face mask. Luka gets in somebody's face, and people are like, why is he screaming at his friend?
Yeah.
It's really strange.
Yeah.
Also, shout out Luka. Did you see the stat of or the Supermax he's eligible for after making All NBA?
Yeah, it's crazy.
$346 million
Yeah.
in the Supermax.
Yeah. He's going to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
And then he's probably going to re-sign. He's going to, at the end of it, he'll do another deal and make like $100 million a year.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, he deserves it. Okay. So we had the Oilers win game 1. Memes, the Panthers win game 1. How you feeling?
Feeling great. The Panthers absolutely dominated in MSG. It was a sad showing by the Rangers.
Very funny memes tweet when the Rangers scored an own goal. And memes said
Yep.
the Rangers have scored their first goal of the Eastern Conference Final.
Yeah, I saw that come across the board. I was like, God damn it, memes, this is good.
It was the only thing to tweet right there.
You got hate in your heart.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Let it out.
And now Rangers fans are giving it back too, which I love.
Wait, they're giving it back to you, or they're giving it back to?
No, they're
to
giving
us?
it back to me.
Okay.
Yeah, they said I used to love you, now I fucking hate you.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Getting turned on.
They love you
Listen,
after your stand-up.
It's playoff time. It's playoff time. Hate has to go everywhere. You
Yeah.
have to be like, Rangers fans hate memes. Hank hates anyone who says anything other than Jayson Tatum's the greatest player ever. Like, all these hate
No,
has
this
to
is
go
where
around.
this is reverse gaslighting. You just no reverse gaslighting.
You tried to reverse gaslight me.
No.
Max hates the lottery ball machine.
Yeah, all these things. Max hates, what's his name?
Work.
O'Shea
O'Shea Brissett.
Brissett.
O'Shea, can you see? Did you come up with that, Hank?
O'Shea, can you see? Yeah.
That was you?
Fuck yes.
You're absolutely right, Boom.
Well, that's after Donnie came up with Horford July.
Horford July rocked.
I'm thinking of shirts. Our merch was asking for shirts, and he scored. I was like, O'Shea, can you see? We'd sell one. Kind of slaps.
I had a couple other things real quick before we go to our interviews. Can either of you explain to me what's going on with Caitlin Clark?
Yeah, people are mad at Caitlin Clark, and then it's like 2 people that are mad at her, and then there's
Jamel
a
Hill.
lot of people that are mad at the people that are mad at her, and then now there's people, the first people that were mad at her are now mad at the people that got mad at them for being mad at Caitlin Clark.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's where we're
because
at
I feel like I've just seen a lot of people yelling about how like it's crazy to hate Caitlin Clark and making it about race and all this stuff, but then I can't find the root source more than Jamel Hill or who else. I don't know.
So I dove into it a little bit. I think that anytime there's like a big cultural thing happening in sports, you'll get people that have to write a think piece about it.
Right.
And then they just think too much.
Right.
And then their thoughts, some of them are bad, and they come out. And then people latch on to the bad thoughts and get outraged, and then people get outraged at the outrage, and then now we don't know what's going on.
Okay. So I'm happy that I've not looked into this.
Here's the deal. Caitlin Clark is a very good basketball player. She has not won a game yet in the WNBA. She's a rookie. So now the takes are flying.
Got it. But she also got them planes.
She kind of got them planes.
And white.
And she's white. And she has pretty privilege.
Okay. And she's a woman.
And she's a woman.
Playing in the WNBA.
She's a woman playing in the WNBA. That irritates a lot of people. I honestly encourage people not to. The less you know about Caitlin Clark outrage, the better you'll be.
I've felt very good that I've just like I know this thing is happening,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna try to figure out why it's happening because it feels like a lot of people yelling at a lot of people, and it probably is nothing that Caitlin Clark cares about. It's probably nothing that anyone of her teammates care about. It doesn't seem like a real thing. It seems like people are just trying to find something to argue about for some reason.
I had to learn who somebody on The View was by reading about Caitlin Clark. Yeah, that's how bad it's gotten.
How'd that go?
That's how you learn who's on The View is when people get mad at those people.
Hold on. I want to say, is it? Fuck. No, not Barbara Walters. Is Barbara Walters still alive?
I think she died. Is she alive?
What's the woman who's Hocus Pocus?
Beyonce.
No. Is that woman still on
Whoopi
the
Goldberg.
View? No. You know Hocus Pocus. What the fuck is that
Joy
woman?
Behar.
Is that her name?
That's one of the women from The View that I learned about because people got
Hocus
mad at her.
Pocus. Is this the same?
There's Joy. I know that. There's
Bette Midler.
Whoopi. No, I don't think she's on The View.
Shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
She kind of looks like Joy.
Okay, that's probably what I was. I got that confused.
They got the same.
I could have.
vibe
You would have been like, "Hey, gun to your head, Bette Midler on The View." I'd have been like, "Yup, 100%."
Okay, I'm going through the list.
They look the
Memes
same.
just
I
pulled
feel
up.
like.
Whoopi, I knew her from Eddie. She was
Okay.
great in Eddie. Joy, I learned about her because people got mad at her. I don't know these next two. And then Alyssa, I learned about her because people got mad.
Alyssa Farah Griffin.
Yeah.
Pick a name. That's too many names.
And then Megan McCain was on there, and I learned about her because people got mad at her.
Anna Navarro. Can I see a picture of these women?
Whoa.
Yeah, let me see a picture
Easy.
of these women. Yeah, that is Bette Midler. You could see the confusion,
I could
right?
definitely see the confusion.
Okay.
But I swear to God, more people talk about The View
Damn,
because they're
10%
pissed at The
on
View than
Rotten
watch
Tomatoes.
Give it 10%. Can you vote for it, Pug? Maybe get it to 9. And when is it on and where is it?
I don't know. It's on TV and people get mad at it.
17 seasons? Okay.
But yeah, so now that people are mad at their takes about Caitlin Clark, guess what they're going to talk about more?
More Caitlin Clark.
More Caitlin Clark. And then the takes are going to get dumber and dumber, and pretty soon we'll all have brain damage.
It would be kind of funny if they don't win a game.
It would be, yeah.
I mean, I'm rooting for that.
That'd be very fun.
Discourse.
There was somebody that posted a video, and it was Caitlin Clark making a spectacular play, and the person was like, "Don't forget about the assist though from Aaliyah Boston." And then that conversation happened about race.
That's really good.
And then I'm like,
That's
this
really
is,
good.
this is- I love watching sports.
I say that all the time when I'm watching
This is great. This is great ball.
Yeah. When Saquon Barkley busts for a huge run this year and be like, but don't forget about Lane Johnson.
Yeah.
Please.
Well, when he goes for a big run, I'm always like, that was a great handoff from Daniel Jones.
Yeah. Well, now.
Now-
Oh, that was the other thing. Daniel Jones is allegedly pissed off.
Oh no, what is that like?
Whew. Be wary, guys. Daniel Jones, you don't want to see him pissed off.
If there's a list, if we're ranking quarterbacks in the NFL of guys that you would least like to be pissed off at you, I would say Daniel Jones is probably last among starters.
What do you think Daniel Jones does when he's pissed off? Is it slam the garage door on the way out to work? Is it throw his sweater vest like really hard at his chair?
Slams his sweater vest.
Yeah.
I think he probably tells you that his dad's a lawyer.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like
It maybe cry. He might cry.
I can't imagine him pissed off.
He might cry.
But he's pissed off.
So he's mad that they wanted Drake May.
I don't know why he's pissed off. Let me see.
I
I just saw that he was pissed off.
I think that there was a story that came out that they were targeting Drake May. And didn't get him.
the Bill Murray in the bowling movie, It's Late line. Kingpin.
Yeah.
That gif was built for a guy like Daniel Jones being pissed off.
We got Angry Daniel
Yeah.
coming this year.
Oh no. All right. A ticked off Daniel Jones might be exactly what the Giants need. He's got a chip on his shoulder after the Giants' failed pursuit of a quarterback in this year's NFL draft.
Well, that'd be a new injury.
Yeah. But also, you didn't draft him.
Brock Purdy. I could deal with Brock Purdy being pissed at me.
Yeah. Well, he knows how to work a tractor. He's got a little bit of farm,
Yeah.
country.
I wouldn't be upset if Russell Wilson was mad at me.
Yeah, Daniel Jones is just going to cease and desist everyone.
Yeah.
That's all it's going to be. I think I had – oh, the NCAA changed another thing. I don't know. I can't keep up.
So I think I read the headline.
I read a little bit of it as well.
the power conferences are getting together and deciding collectively to settle a lawsuit and saying now we're going to start actually paying the players.
Correct.
Not just NIL, we're going to pay the players.
And retroactively. So this all goes back to Ed O'Bannon. Ed O'Bannon from UCLA, I think he won that championship in 94, 95, one of those years. Anyways, he sued the NCAA 96?
about the name, image, likeness thing. That's why we haven't been able to play NCAA football. That's why they took that off the shelves, because they were trying to figure out the whole NIL thing. And
95.
that one guy went up against the entire system and beat them. And now the players are going to get paid.
Yeah, so they're retroactively going to get paid, and they also are going to get paid. But here's the big thing, and I'm sure there's many details that I'm missing, and we will have an expert on to explain it. But face value, I think I'm okay with this because I don't think that fans should have to fund these college programs
Any more than they already do.
NIL. Like, why the fuck are fans like tasked with like, hey, if you don't do NIL, your team's gonna suck, and then your team just your football program keeps making money. And I get it. There's other sports that are probably gonna suffer. Totally get it. I'm just talking about football and basketball. Those probably have to separate. I understand that it's all complicated and everything, but from the face value, why isn't if you keep showing to me that like the Big Ten and the SEC and the ACC keep signing billion-dollar TV rights deals, why can't the players get a little of that?
Mm-hmm.
That's, again, I've probably oversimplified it. People will say I'm stupid not seeing it. I don't know. My take remains the same with all of this stuff. Get me to the finish line. Just tell me when we're good with the new future of college sports. Tell me when we're done with the conference realignment. Tell me when we're done with like figuring out the intricacies of paying the players. Just tell me the end date, and then I'll fucking pay attention. Because I just want to start a new normal, because as soon as we start it, in a year, 2 years, 3 years, we'll be like, whatever, we can't even remember how it used to go. I just don't like the constant change.
Yo, guess what? There's going to be more constant change
course.
in like the next 5 years.
But just tell us when we can get there. Just give me the fucking finish line.
Yeah, so it's going to be teams can now pay, schools can pay players straight up, give them money. Jeffrey Dockett tweeted this at me. I want to credit him. This is a great idea. He said, imagine Harvard using their $36 billion endowment to pay their football players more than the NFL. The funniest outcome is Harvard having a payroll of $300 million a year to football players and dominating college football.
There is a salary cap. That's the only problem with that.
Well, okay. Minor detail.
Minor detail Jeffrey Dockett missed. Yeah, I think it's like $20 million each team can pay.
That probably makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. So I would be, if, again, there's a lot of details I'm missing that we will have someone come explain.
Jay Billis.
If not Jay Billis, agree to disagree on that one. If it's $20 million, every school, every Power 5 school, because I don't know how it's going to work for everyone else, but every Power 5 school gets $20 million and you can't pay any more. I think that's actually a good thing. Now, there's obviously still going to be NIL. There's still going to be boosters, so it gets murky. But on the face value, I think I'm okay with it.
I've also heard some people saying this is the death of college football as we know it. I'm pretty sure
That's happened a million
they'll
times.
figure out a way.
What's happened more?
It's going to be different.
What's happened more in the last 5 years? The death of college football or World War III?
I was going to say Jimmy Carter dying.
Yeah. World War III's happened 100 times.
Yeah, the start of World War III for sure. There's going to be some implications. It's going to look different. And I don't think anybody out there fully understands what it's going to look like in 3 years.
Just get me there.
What all the changes are going to be. But as I think one point that Jay did make when he was on the show, when he wasn't being disingenuous, was that if there are teams that are able to pay players to a higher level than other teams, that doesn't necessarily mean that the second level teams are going to suffer because of it, because they'll concentrate more of their money on the guys that weren't quite good enough to get those very top tier offers and get paid more money by the smaller schools that could afford to give a bigger percentage to them.
Also, you'd just be telling me, oh, so wait, Alabama's going to get a bunch of 5-star recruits?
Yeah.
And like the Wisconsin of the world are going to get 2- and 3-star recruits? Oh, so nothing changed?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. Also, NIL, I think, is still – athletes are going to be doing advertisements.
Yeah, no, they are.
Yeah, so it's going to be a little bit of both.
Pug, did you pull this up? Did you do a little producing, Pug?
It was a combination with memes, Pug.
Yeah, Charles Barkley. That was the last thing. I actually did have it written down, but good job, Pug and memes. Charles Barkley said it sucks for all of us, and he blamed his bosses for not wanting to get the NBA on TNT or keep the NBA on TNT. I did like that Charles Barkley said there's a chance he's just going to hire the guys to his what does he have? He has his own production company and then just sell inside the NBA to whoever gets the rights. Charles Barkley, you'd be a hero for that.
There's also a chance that Charles doesn't have a production company yet, and he was thinking out loud when he said that, and so then he just starts. He's like, actually, that's a good idea that I just said. I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
But they should do that. We need at very minimum we need Kenny, Shaq, and Charles together.
Yeah.
Ernie.
We'd like Ernie.
We'd like Ernie. I would like very much for him to be a part of whatever the next iteration is, but I feel like he's going to stay at Turner no matter what. So we'll take what we can get.
This is if they don't save inside the NBA, I do think this is a miscalculation by the NBA to think that this program doesn't have any effect on viewers and like the way that the NBA is consumed. Someone put it perfectly, like Adam Silver wants to try to find a way to make the NBA as popular as the NFL and make it mean as much as the NFL, not realizing that an 82-game season will always keep it from being as important as the NFL. So instead, he's going to just do weird shit and gimmicky shit to try to like juice it up. And it's like, dude, inside the NBA is more important to the NBA than the in-season tournament by a large margin. Like, those are not equal to me.
Yeah.
In terms of the consumption of, like, what the culture around the sport, the way the sport's talked about, like, it's entertainment. These guys are a big part of the fabric of the NBA. It's like, oh, yeah, we don't need it.
But if you're focused on the bottom line and, like, what you're looking at this year, if you're examining the NBA on a spreadsheet and you see in-season tournament ratings up, ticket sales up for those games, Adam Silver's going to be like, well, that did really well. He's going to fall in love with that. But there's other things that go into the entire factor, the entire buzz around the league. That's definitely one of them. I saw somebody, I forget what main account it was, but some main account tweeted out yesterday, if the NFL were to do an inside the NBA type show before and after a game, what would that look like? Who would be on that desk? And it's like, well, they do. Every network tries to do it.
Yeah, no one can.
Nobody is as good. I would watch Inside the NBA as a pregame for NFL games.
Yeah.
They don't even have to watch the games. I just want, like, show the teams and then let Charles Barkley make fun of the Jets.
TNT got college football. That's what's part of what he said on Dan Patrick. He's like, they didn't have money for the NBA. We got college football. And I get maybe the NBA was overpriced and maybe it makes sense. But I agree with you. Like, I would watch this show. Everyone tries to do this show. The only people who have done the show successfully is TNT and Inside the NBA.
It really doesn't matter what the topic is.
Yeah.
I'll watch that group do anything.
Yeah. So we're probably going to lose it. Save it, Chuck. Save it. Okay, let's kick it to ourselves. We got Rachel Nichols, and then we have a very funny interview with Chris O'Connor, Tommy Pope, two hilarious guys. They're also in Shane Gillis's new show, Tires, on Netflix now. Go watch it. I'm going to binge it tonight. And then reminder, we will have a show on Tuesday and then a show on Friday next week. We also are going to attempt the John Daly Challenge on Monday night. So Tuesday's show might be rough to listen to, but we will be back. We have a huge interview Tuesday. Big guest. So everyone enjoy the long weekend. We'll see you Tuesday.
Stay safe.
We'll have another one on Friday. And let's kick it to ourselves. Before we get to our interview with Rachel Nichols, I want to talk to you guys about the new EA Sports college football game that is back. It's coming out in July, and we are so excited. They got new game features, Campus IQ gameplay, all new composure system, player wear and tear, home field advantage, and diverse play styles across 134 FBS teams. I am so excited to play this game. It feels like one of those moments like a where were you when we're going to get back into this game this summer. They also have the Dynasty Create a Coach, which that will be. Coach Dogs will be back, upgrade their abilities, establish your staff, then recruit the best talent either straight from high school or direct from a transfer portal.
Which, by the way, is news.
Yes.
Somebody picked that up. Apparently that hadn't been disclosed anywhere else.
Transfer portal. Got to work the transfer portal. Iconic atmospheres, traditions, pageantry, sounds, and sights of college football. There's nothing better than that. Home field advantage is a gameplay feature informed by unique home atmospheres. I'll be testing that one out. We'll see how the home field advantage is at the Glass Bowl at Toledo. So go pre-order the MVP bundle to get College Football 25 and Madden NFL 25, plus can't miss rewards in both. Get excited. You can pre-order the MVP bundle today to get the College Football 25 and Madden NFL 25, plus can't miss rewards in both. We're going to be playing video games all summer, boys, so get excited. College Football 25, EA Sports is bringing it back. College Football 25, get excited. Okay, here she is, Rachel Nichols. Okay, we now welcome on one of our favorite recurring guests. It's been a while, but she is back. It is Rachel Nichols. You can see her on Showtime and Paramount Plus and on Undisputed on FS1. She has her show Headliners with Rachel Nichols. Rachel, great to talk to you. Great to have you back on. NBA playoffs, I actually wanted to start with a question which you might actually have more insight in because you did an episode.
How are the Bulls doing?
No, not how the Bulls doing. They stink. You did an episode of your show with these two guys, but I wanted to start with Luka and Kyrie, and in talking to them, because the Mavs obviously won game one, what has changed with Kyrie and made him all of a sudden like the best teammate and a guy that I find myself rooting for again?
Totally, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be the biggest 180 in sports in terms of how people feel about him over the last 3 years. It's crazy. I think it's a bunch of different things. So he's older, right? I mean, we all get a little bit more mellow as we age, and I think more perspective. Some of the things that seem very important to us when we're younger, kind of we're like, okay, I got it, we're good. So I think it's a little bit of that. I think it's a little bit of location. I mean, being in New York, especially, it's a lot being thrown at you every day, and I'm not sure that that was the right situation for him. So being in Dallas, where there's a little less media, it's a little looser, that kind of thing, I think has helped. The biggest thing, though, is Jason Kidd, his relationship with Jason Kidd. Kyrie Irving attended Jason Kidd's Hall of Fame induction, which shouldn't be a big deal because we have former players, or current players and former players attending other guys all the time, except that's at the invitation of the player, right? Jason Kidd had no idea Kyrie was going to show up. Didn't invite him. No special arrangements for him. Kyrie grew up watching Jason in New Jersey, and he was like, yeah, I want to go. Jason, my favorite player, is getting inducted to the Hall of Fame. I want to go. So that tells you the respect that's there and sort of the way that Kyrie feels about him, so that when the Mavs were interested in him, Jason was a huge part of the sort of selling point on both sides. And the relationship they have is so good because Jason is very careful in how he talks. And I don't say careful like it's practice, but like he knows how to talk to Kyrie in terms of, hey, I respect you. I respect your point of view. If I didn't, I wouldn't mess with you. But here's the times to say things and here's not. And Kyrie had a great line to me about this. He goes, I've learned not to touch the stove when it's hot. And I think that that's a good, you don't have to say everything all the time. You don't have to answer every question. You don't have to make every belief you have public, because this is letting him be who he is. And Jason's big on, he doesn't have to be a robot. Like, he's an artist, he's a this, he's a that. Let him go do all of that stuff. Respect that part of his life, but also focus on basketball. And Kyrie's so settled in, even more than last year. He's such a leader in the locker room, which again, if you talk to people in Brooklyn, they're going to be like, what the hell are you talking about? But he is 100% doing all the things that Luka at age 25, he's capable of it, but he's not like pulling guys aside for like heart to hearts or giving them advice, wise advice. He's 25 years old and he's kind of in the middle of all of this stuff now. So the fact that Kyrie has willingly stepped in to do all of that, the guys in that locker room love him.
Yeah.
It's really unbelievable.
That anecdote is great too, because I saw after game one, Kyrie went on Inside the NBA with the guys, and he basically said that the therapy sessions that he said Jason Kidd had a lot of long talks with the team, and sometimes it felt like therapy. Yeah. And when I heard that quote, I was like, that's weird, because in today's NBA, it feels like coaches have less and less power. It is all player driven. Yep. Like players are not going to sit and listen to their coach talk to them for hours and hours and hours on end. So that all kind of makes sense. Their relationship has let Kyrie be Kyrie.
Yeah, 100%. And the respect is there. I mean, Luka, when he came into the NBA, kind of famously said that he had never seen Jason play, which, I mean, look, he started playing pro ball in Europe when he was 13, and Jason, played a while ago. But obviously, he looked up the clips on YouTube. He said, he's like, yeah, he was pretty good. I'm like, yeah, he really was.
Yeah.
So I think for both of those guys that he is literally a Hall of Famer, played with a style that's so engaging, right? It was so much fun to watch him play. I think he can say things to them that, frankly, a lot of these coaches today who came up more through the other side, they can't. And you're never going to respect a guy as much as a guy who's not only done it at the level you've done it, but done it at a Hall of Fame level. You feel like I can take advice from him if you're Luka Doncic, as opposed to who are you to tell me what to do? You'll be gone in 3 years anyway.
Right.
It's interesting. It's like sliding doors moment. What if Steve Nash had been from New Jersey? Would it all have been different?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what it turned out a
Would.
little bit different.
I think that's.
So
Wouldn't it be different if we were all from New Jersey?
it would be. The world would be a much better place, I think, if everyone was from New Jersey. There was.
Not you and me. Come on.
Yeah, that's right.
DC, baby.
DC. We won't talk about the Wizards on the air because we'll just bore people to death with it. Just say that I'm buying stock in the Wizards right now. I like what they're doing. But
Yeah. Well,
do you want to bore people? Talk about the Wizards?
no. I was going to say I didn't know if we were going to talk Capitals at all.
Oh,
But
no.
then we could really bore people.
Yeah, we could really bore people with that.
Too fresh.
Yeah, I'm still
I'm buying
upset.
stock in the football team.
Yes.
I will say that. I'm super psyched about this season.
Me too. So the other half of the combo, the two-person combo in Dallas, Luka, I was hoping that you would give us some insight because you do work around Skip Bayless sometimes. I'm not sure how much face-to-face
do.
time you have with him. He tweeted,
Several times a week.
you're very lucky. He tweeted out last night, Luka Doncic is one bad bleeper. So what is bleeper? Because that's two cuss words.
I mean, it could be anything, right?
Shit
Bargain
fucker.
shopper.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think motherfucker.
one bad bargain shopper.
Did he
Yeah.
bleep out
One
mother?
bad
Yeah, maybe he bleeped out mother.
speedy mover.
I don't know
Yeah.
why I would.
I don't know what the it could be anything.
But
Snake charmer.
what's so great to watch about him is it feels like whenever one of them is off, the other person takes over, and they kind of alternate. Like sometimes Luka will be hot at the start of games, sometimes Kyrie at the end of games. What's that? How is that relationship developed where they know, okay, who's taking shots now, who's hot, who's going to carry the team at this point? Is that an ongoing conversation, or is that something that's like evolved intentionally over the years?
That's the thing. Yeah. So when Kyrie first came in, they both really wanted it to work. Like Luka hadn't had a partner in crime at that level. Obviously, he was frustrated that they got to the Western Conference Finals and then the season wasn't going well and all of that stuff. So, there's been a big push to keep Luka happy because you don't want a LeBron James in Cleveland the first time situation where he's just like, okay, I like it here, but if we can't win, I'm going somewhere else. So they really want to make sure that his development keeps, tracking up and his success keeps tracking up. And they believe in him, obviously. So it was a lot of who can we get at this level? So they both really wanted to make it work, but it was a little rocky at the beginning because they didn't know each other. And that my turn, your turn, that actually happened more at the end of last season where it was kind of like, okay, you go and then I'll go. And you can't win basketball games like that. So it took a while for them to develop actual chemistry on the court. And that's just reps, right? Getting to know each other. It took a while for them to get to actually know each other. They're pretty different dudes with pretty different backgrounds and pretty different interests. Luka's a little more of a bro. Kyrie is very cerebral and in terms of, everything is very analyzed. But they have a lot of common ground too. They both love the game. They both love to win. They've both been around enough that they can tell stories to each other. And I think Luka really learned that Kyrie could do the parts of the job, both on the court and off the court, that he has always found just a little heavy and a little frustrating. And Kyrie found a guy who can do the stuff off the court and frankly on the court that he kind of had been looking for. I think if these guys came together and Kyrie was closer in age to Luka, if he was like 27, it just wouldn't have worked.
Mhm.
But Kyrie feels like I'm the elder statesman now. I can be in this position. And it's so fun to watch them grooving on the court. They have so much, they both love each other's game. And that's, they put each other in great positions.
Yeah. All right. So the other half of that series, the Wolves, do you think we as media members, and I count myself here because we love Anthony Edwards, love watching him play, but do you think we've maybe done him a little disservice with the expectations and the hype? Because it feels like these playoffs, we have speed run him through the media of oh, he's MJ. Oh, and now he's somehow overrated, which was our ratings. Like we're the ones who rated him this.
We suggested him to.
Yeah. And now
I mean, look.
Yeah. Go ahead.
He's so talented and he's such a personality. We have not, frankly, had this kind of guy in a long time. I was talking to someone from the league office today. the stars who are around 25, 26-year-old are a little more mild-mannered, right? They're not talking trash when they know they're mic'd. They're not calling out Kyrie Irving after a game, which was unbelievable. They're not saying they should be starting, they should be doing this. He's such a great personality. John Morant is spectacular, but obviously there's a lot of parents who aren't sending their kids to be like, go emulate the guy with the gun. So I think Ja is going to have a spectacular future, and I actually think that he's a really fun guy to talk to, and I think he's going to be a success. But Ant, there's nothing not to love right now, so I think that's part of it. And then the young Jordan thing is real. It's just the problem is that everyone took that to mean Jordan, right? So the young Jordan thing, right, was Kevin Garnett was doing a show with me, and he's like, oh, I love him. He's great. He's an 84 Jordan, right? So he was one of the first to like really publicly make that. And I was in the middle of the season, and he was saying 84 Jordan, and we were on the set with a bunch of other guys, and like Rondo was like, dude, he's not Michael Jordan, and KG was like, no, like 84 Jordan, young, that guy's not KG talks, that guy's nice. So I saw Ant like 2 weeks later, and I was like, Kevin Garnett says you're like an 84 Jordan. And he was like, I like that. 84 Jordan. Yeah, that's me. That doesn't mean that Kevin Garnett or anyone else who is in the league who's followed thinks that he's a 6-time NBA Finals winner.
Right.
They just think that he bears a lot when MJ wasn't winning yet, that he was, showing a lot of the characteristics of that player. And I don't think it's even possible for someone to win 6 rings anymore. Like maybe as like the extra guy who goes tops from team to team or something, but as like the main guy, I just don't think that's available anymore. I mean, I don't think anyone can be the next Jordan in totality because you have this influx of international talent. Look at all the MVPs from the last 5 years. They've all gone to international players. All 3 guys who are MVP finalists this year were international players. Like the competition is so much thicker from team to team and game to game. I just look at Denver, right? If they were in a different, more watered down NBA, like they would have cakewalked to the finals. They're so good, but that's not what the NBA is anymore. Every team has some great players.
Yeah.
Except, well, I was talking about the Bulls.
Yeah, no, the Bulls don't. Well, DeMar DeRozan.
Alex Caruso.
Yeah,
put some respect on Alex
Caruso. He's a great player.
No, they do. I'm only teasing.
Yeah.
I'm only teasing.
You can't.
Do you think tomorrow's John?
Yeah, there's nothing that can be teased. Like I've become apathetic. Like they've done the thing where it's like you never want to be as a sports fan, where it's like they don't care about actually trying to win a championship. So why should I care as much year in and year out? Yeah, it hurts.
Yeah.
But that was it. Yeah, I mean that's
sad to see what Big Cat's become. He's the killer whale.
I know. I appreciate him
Yeah.
bearing his soul like this.
Yeah.
It just is what it is.
It's brave of you. It's very brave.
That was good context on the KG, Anthony Edwards 84 Jordan thing. When you're talking to KG and working with him, what does he think about this Celtics team?
Look, those guys, I work with a bunch of those guys. I work with Rondo, I work with Pierce, I work with KG, and like they're all really in. They're behind these guys. KG and Paul have such a connection with Tatum and Brown because it was literally their trade that allowed the Celtics to get them. So they definitely feel this sort of responsibility to them and for them, and those guys feel a lot of gratitude toward and for them. And Jayson Tatum actually spent this past summer working out with Paul Pierce every day. Like they were in LA every morning, 7:30 or whatever, in the gym together. I asked the Celtics owner a couple weeks ago, I was like, hey, I'm watching this all summer. I'm seeing the clips on social media. I talked to Paul. I was like, do you want your young star hanging out with Paul Pierce?
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking now? I mean, Paul was in the room when I asked this question, and everyone laughed. And he was just like, yeah, he's like, for the workouts, sure. And Paul was like, I tell him after we're done, you go your way, I'll go mine, because I got different job than you have.
Yes.
So yeah, I think those guys are connected to the Celtics. I know you're going to see Paul courtside at games. KG just doesn't go to as many games, so I don't know if he's going to show up or not. But I'm pretty sure that you will see some of those 08 Celtics even more at these playoff games, because that organization, there's such a history, there is such a connection that I feel like they're going to show up.
The shocking thing to me there was that Paul Pierce is in a gym at 7:30 in the morning every day. That
probably didn't go to sleep.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Dude, tell me about it. But it's true. It's like, I don't know if it's like so many years of your body being told this is the time you wake up and this is the time you work out. I've been like, did you like reset the clock on the phone so we'd think it was 7 in the morning and it wasn't? But Apparently no.
Yeah, do like
Get a witness this
a
time, Jayson Tatum.
2:30 workout, and then you just like change the time. You just put a fake timestamp on it, and you put it on Instagram. Everybody thinks that you're there at like 6 getting shots up. That'd be smart. Yeah,
man, getting shots up.
Yeah.
I didn't know if Hank was going to be with you guys today.
He's here.
I have like an opinion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, she has an opinion.
Yeah.
We talk Celtics.
Yeah. He's
about
very
the game one?
sensitive.
Let's
He's
talk.
very sensitive. If you say Jayson Tatum had a bad quarter, he will get very upset.
I'll give you a look.
Yeah.
Well, no, I think he's going to be happy with me. So I was the Pacers choked away their chance to win game one. Like, I got to say that at the outset. That's 100%. No walking that around, no back and forth. They had many chances to wrap up the game. They didn't. The biggest one being, why in the hell was someone inbounding the ball on their own half of the court when they had a timeout and could have advanced the ball up the court? Like Jaylen Brown can't hit a three if they're not on that side of the court. So I can't even understand some of the crap that happened. However, once they got to overtime, Boston still had to win the game.
Yeah.
So the Pacers choked the win, but I've had these arguments over the last 2 days with people being like, oh, they handed the Celtics to win. What about the way the Celtics have or have not shown up at the end of really big games that we've criticized them for over and over again would tell you that's a foregone conclusion. Jaylen Brown had to hit a shot at the end of regulation that he is hitting these days, corner threes, 22% of the time. That means 78% of the time that ball would not go in, right? And then in overtime, the Pacers actually scored the first bucket. So Indiana we've seen at times where a team's winning and then they go to overtime and then they just are like, great, we're putting our foot on the gas and keep going. And Boston was like, no, we're actually the ones that are going to keep going. And they totally overmatched them. And Tatum in the final minute hit that huge three that it was only a 1-point game. And if that ball missed, they're running down the other side of the court and Pacers even it up. So I agree with the choking on the Pacers side. The Pacers agree with the choking. They've said it. They're like, the mistakes were on us. We lost ourselves the game. But they didn't make Boston win. Boston actually won.
Hold on. Rachel, hold on. You haven't been on, we haven't had you on in a while, and that's our fault. But you got to remember how this show works. We don't do these things for Hank. We don't compliment him and tell him that everything's going to be okay. I don't like what just happened there. Even if it was true. Even if it was true.
No, the reason why I wanted to talk with him about this is because I have gotten killed the last 2 days for saying this.
Yeah.
And I'm looking for someone to back me up.
Okay, that's fair.
I just don't understand.
You also didn't talk about Halliburton diving out of bounds
you're
earlier.
Giving him confidence.
There's
Rachel.
all these things that added up. It was a big time fluke win for the Celtics.
Well, it's
Rachel.
just good to hear from a media member who's not completely biased against the Celtics and trying to spin every game and
You're
Jayson
a media
Tatum's
member.
performances. No, I'm not.
Biased for the Celtics. Yeah, you are. You're a co-host of the show.
Well,
Rachel, would you admit, as a media member, the media bias against Jayson Tatum is insane and has been insane since the
you're
playoffs
being
started?
ridiculous. You're being absolutely ridiculous. This guy's made all NBA first team over and over and over again.
Nothing
he
but
was
success.
on my MVP ballot this year. Like, what are you talking about? He's been in 6 of 8 conference finals. Like, how is everybody against him?
Well,
what's wrong with you?
People expect. I think the problem with Jayson Tatum is, and it's not a problem, it's more that, like, he is so highly acclaimed. He is so good at basketball. But there are levels to this. So when I say I would rather have Luka than Jayson Tatum, Hank gets really pouty and says that I'm being anti-Jayson Tatum, when in reality, it's just Luka is a...
You're just being true.
Yeah, Luka's
like,
just...
That's true.
He's one of the top 3 players in the NBA. That's just a fact. Jayson Tatum's probably 4 or 5.
Like, I would rather have Luka than Jayson Tatum, but that doesn't mean I wouldn't have Jayson Tatum over like a boatload of other people.
No, but
Correct.
Hank thinks that you're being
not everybody can be the best.
Right.
We don't get participation trophies.
Right.
Like, someone's the best. That means they're the best. That means other people are worse, but then those people are better than other people.
Hank doesn't agree with that.
I mean,
Yeah.
The idea that there could be a question in the series I'm at the Timberwolves Dallas series right now, that like, oh, who's the best player on the court? I'm like, guys, we know who the best player on the court is. The best player on the court is Luka Doncic.
Yes.
Like, that doesn't mean his team's going to win because Minnesota's deeper and Minnesota has guys who are right there under him and Anthony Edwards is ascending and all that stuff we're talking about. But this whole like, would you rather have Ant than Luka? Yeah, no.
It's crazy.
No, Luka Doncic
Thank you.
is a generational talent.
Thank you.
Like, I just think we gotta, and Jayson Tatum is fantastic. but he's not Luka yet. Maybe Jayson Tatum could have an amazing summer, right? Let's say they get to the finals. Let's say they win the finals. Let's say that he, hits these money shots. We haven't seen him, kind of sink some of the real game-winning NBA finals kind of, the whole world is watching shots yet. If he can do that, if he can power through and kind of create that, and then he's going to be on Team USA this summer, everyone's going to watch those games.
Yeah.
It's like the best team since Barcelona and the Dream Team, right? So if he can have a good role on that team and look good, he's going to be playing with players who make him look good and against competition that will frankly largely make him look good. People could have a totally different opinion of Jayson Tatum as a whole by the end of this summer than they do right now. But he's got to do that stuff.
Yeah,
he's got to do it.
It's a fair point, Hank.
I agree with that.
But then Anthony Edwards, we just heard from, was it Windhorst that told us that he was the best player on Team USA?
Yeah. Well, he wore the mic.
He was, well, that was the Team USA. That was like the junior Team USA. So that was the team at the World Championships. So some of the big stars, the guys who were going, like Steph or LeBron or any of those guys, or even the slightly younger generation who are really big, they weren't on that team. That was sort of the, if you're going to be a fringe addition to Team USA for the Olympics, come play on this team and show us who's really good and who deserves like the last 3 or 4 spots.
I'm glad you...
And Ant nailed it.
I'm glad you brought up LeBron. Thank you for introducing that topic of conversation.
We never talk about it.
So we got a couple coaching vacancies right now. They happen to be in Los Angeles, where LeBron James plays currently, and in Cleveland, where LeBron James is from. The Cleveland Cavaliers. Yeah. LeBron has some ties to the Cleveland area.
Yeah.
Is there?
Are you saying he should coach the Cleveland Cavaliers?
We're actually,
what are you saying here?
Actually, we had not thought about that.
Sounds like you just said it.
I think Bronny should coach the Cleveland Cavaliers.
I did not say that.
I think they get Bronny as the coach. LeBron goes back to Cleveland.
You're not aggregating me.
We were actually saying that it'd be very funny if LeBron got JJ hired in LA and then left the Lakers.
And then left.
To go to, because he knows that he doesn't get along well with coaches. That'd be too big of a spotlight on JJ for his first stop. So I'm going to leave town because we're bros. We can still do the podcast. But what do you think is going to happen with those coaching vacancies? If you could read the tea leaves.
I don't know, man. Like LeBron his camp is like being very ardent and making sure it's out there. LeBron is not going to have anything to do with this coaching search. He told the team he doesn't want any part of it. And I get that, because if you don't have any ownership over the hire, people can't blame you for it. And people like to blame him for a lot of things. And then if it goes sour, if it goes south, you can be like, I didn't ask for him. Hey, man, I didn't ask for him, and you can check out if you want to, or you can be like, I don't like him or whatever. I get all of that. That's the advantage for LeBron. But it's not the advantage for the organization. You want to make him have ownership of it. You want him to say, I like this guy, I can work with this guy. For that very reason, Darvin Ham's relationship deteriorated with LeBron and Anthony Davis over like the last 3 or 4 months of the season, and that was it. He was out. So if the organization wants a coach where the players feel a little obligated, like we were just talking about Luka and Kyrie and Jason Kidd, that respect is just earned over being a Hall of Famer in the NBA. You've got to have someone, even if you're putting in a guy kind of, more just sticking him in there as opposed to a lifelong fandom, you have to have a guy that the players are willing to say, we stand by this guy, we believe him, we'll listen to him yell at us. So if I'm the organization that, by the way, has had 6 coaches in 13 years and recognizes, that front office recognizes this carousel is not working. It's not, despite the bubble, it's not how you win championships long term, is that, they've got to have buy-in from the stars. And if I were the Lakers, I would say, I appreciate you don't want to be involved. We don't even have to share with anyone you were involved. We can do it behind the scenes, but we need you involved.
Right.
So I don't know how that's going to play out, but when I saw that, I was like, that's not the best version of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Pat Riley comes home.
I think Pat Riley and LeBron have it's softened a little bit, the white hot hatred that was coming from Miami after LeBron left.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe it's turned down a little bit, but I would not expect Pat Riley to be
I'm out of ideas then.
mentoring, coaching, or management LeBron James anytime soon.
Tom Crean coached up Anthony Edwards, made him into the player he is today.
Yeah.
I had a question about the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
One more
Wait.
about the Wolves. They've got a lot of people on their team that could be looked at as being leaders of the team for different reasons. So behind closed doors, which one of those guys between obviously Ant, Rudy he's outspoken. He's aloof and kind of goofy, but I feel like he is an outspoken guy. Cat, and then you got some role players too that I feel like Naz Reid might be a leader of that team too when they're
Mike
just
Conley.
with each other. Mike Conley. Yeah, so behind closed doors, who's the straw that stirs that drink? Who is the alpha on that team?
Well, they found out a way to have two guys, right? So Ant is the one who's the alpha. And I got to give a lot of credit to Karl Anthony Towns, by the way. There's a lot of guys who would have had someone like that younger coming up and be like, screw that, get me out of here. I'm not dealing with this. And he actually championed Ant being the alpha even before it really happened. He was like, this guy, this is the guy, this is the guy. And so I think he should get credit for that. Ant is 100% the alpha in terms of he's the most outspoken. He plays as hard as he can on both sides of the floor, and that has earned him kind of premature respect from guys who are a lot older than him, even though he's only 22 years old. He is the face of the team. He loves talking shit. He's 100% what we consider an alpha. That does not mean he's the leader behind closed doors. I think that Mike Conley's importance to this team cannot be understated, and I think it's kind of like Kyrie. I'm not sure you can be 22 and be the guy behind closed doors who can really pull guys aside and give them advice or have the heart-to-hearts or whatever, because you're just feeling it out yourselves. This is Anthony Edwards' first conference finals, all of that stuff. Mike Conley has been around the block. And I think because he's so well-liked, he won Teammate of the Year, that award. Like, again, I think this is not the first time this season. Like, he has this way with everyone. No one feels like he's pulling anything on them. He just wants them to succeed. He's got a great temperament and personality. So I think it's kind of, they've handed off different parts of that role to different guys. And then Rudy, man, did an interview with Rudy this morning, and man, we were talking about Defensive Player of the Year, and he's still not so happy about how people feel about him winning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He takes that very seriously.
What do you guys think?
I mean,
well, what do you guys think?
I think Mike Conley, him winning Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah, what were you in for that or no?
Yeah, I'm in for it. I just, it's a regular season award.
I think it helps that he stinks so much on offense that his defense stands out so much. That's what the key is, right? Like, if you're a really shitty offensive player and you play very, very good defense, people are like, Defensive Player of the Year.
He's had some good offensive games. I mean, I do not want to be put in the position of defending Rudy Gobert, but he's had some strong offensive games these playoffs. I'm just saying.
Yeah, the problem is with all these awards, the playoffs start to bleed into the regular season. It's what you did the year before, where like Jokic, before he won his first title, people were like, how could we give him, multiple MVPs?
The MVP.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I think that's probably what is hurting Rudy Gobert in terms of public perception is he wins the award. He deserves to win the award.
Right.
And then we watch
the
playoffs, and it's like there's been times when he's been played out of a series where it's like you can't even have him on the floor.
Yeah.
I'm not talking
100%.
about this year, but in past. So
there were a couple games with Jokic where he just abused him to the point where it was like Rudy should not be on the floor defensively.
And the award comes out simultaneous with what we're watching, and we're like, wait, how does this work? Yeah. So it's unfortunate.
No, I kind of think they should give out all the awards right at the end of the regular season because otherwise you have this danger of that happening, and it's kind of bad. I mean, Nikola Jokic embarrasses everyone.
Right.
Like, I can't remember.
Fuck.
Yeah.
All right, good. He is fucking amazing.
Yes.
Like, I mean, you need to use the curse word part because there's no other way to say it. Like, if you're bored by him, if you don't think he's good, if you're like, oh, he's lumpy and I don't know, like, you're just not paying attention or you don't know basketball. Like, he is exceptional. So, he embarrasses a lot of people. I wasn't shocked he embarrassed Rudy. Rudy gives his critics evidence. He hands them things to criticize him about. But I kept saying, I voted for him for Defensive Player of the Year, and people gave me the hardest time. And I was like, how can you match him with Hakeem Olajuwon for 4 Defensive Player of the Years? He's not at that level. I'm like, Hakeem Olajuwon was not on the ballot, guys.
Right.
Like, I can only vote for who played the best this season, and his numbers and anchoring the number 1 defense and having his team finish near the top of the conference. And we don't have to worry about this next year. Wemby's going to win the next, 5 or whatever.
Yeah, it's a weird way to look at
chill.
it, where they're like, hey, well, this guy won it 4 times. Is he as good as that guy that used to win it back in the 90s? And same thing with like Luka's or with Jokic's MVP.
Yeah.
Where they're like, look at the other guys that have won 3 of them.
Yeah,
he doesn't belong in that conversation.
If you did it honestly, MJ and LeBron should have more MVPs. That's just a fact. But that's just how voting works. Yeah, that's how voting works.
Kobe has 1.
Yeah.
That's bananas.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's very weird. So since you cussed, I have a question about Luka because he gives a lot of shit to the referees, right? So everyone that's watching Luka, a lot of people don't like the fact that after every play, it feels like every pass sometimes even he'll be in the
He's
ref's
arguing.
ear. There's sometimes like on the
Yeah.
goaltend that they called last night. Luka was calling the goaltend before the ball even went through the basket. He was like underneath the basket,
Yeah.
telling the ref.
Well, he got the call.
When he yells at the refs, does he curse in Slovenian? And the refs just don't
He
know?
does all the things.
So that's why he gets away with it, because
No,
the
it's
refs
all
don't
the things.
understand.
He gets away with some of it, but then he'll go and start cursing at them and arguing with them in English, and you're like, shh, like do it the other way. They can't understand you.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, look, we've been through like so many rounds of, we've talked to Luka and he understands and he knows he can't do this as much and it's distracting for him and it's distracting for the team. He doesn't get down to the other side of the court. He doesn't win these arguments. Like, why is he doing it? We've gone through Luka saying, he had a game in the last series where he didn't talk to the officials once. And so, of course, everyone noticed. And afterward, we asked him, hey, what was that? And he's like, oh, everyone sat down with me, Jayson, Kyrie, you got to stop doing this. They kept telling me, why do you play basketball? Remember the joy of the game. Remember that it's fun. Like that was the approach they took this year. They've taken like 6 approaches with him. This year's approach is remember the joy of the game. Remember how fun it is. Just have fun. Don't worry so much about all this stuff. And he played one game like that. And the next game, he was right back to arguing every single call. So I don't know how you fix it. It hurts him more than it hurts anyone else. And I don't, he's such a great and smart player. I don't know why he can't move past it.
I think that's what gives him joy, though. Yelling at the refs.
Yeah.
That's
what he goes
his
back
joy.
to.
That's why he got into playing basketball.
Yeah, he just likes to yell at refs. Because I wonder if
he
any of the
likes to yell
refs,
at us. I get it.
if any of them have like started to learn Slovenian, so they can figure out when he's saying the words that you're not allowed to say, so I can tee you up. Joey Crawford would have learned Slovenian.
I bet they know some of them, right? I bet they know some of, like in the languages of the guys who are front and center. I bet they know some of those words.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah.
Because they get called them a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I had one.
What they call me?
Yeah. I had one last question for you, Rachel. Rowback question, RHOBACK.com, promo code TAKE, 20% off your first purchase. Q-zips, polos, hoodies, joggers, shorts, rowback.com. This is just who do you have in the finals, who you have winning. It's always nice when we have people on later on in the playoffs because you just have a better chance of getting this right. Like we'll probably have Versillo on like game 5 of the finals and be like, all right, who do you got winning? But
okay, now who do you got?
Yeah, who do you have? Because you can get credit for it.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a hard one to call. Like I was such a big believer in Denver, and I was frankly shocked in the fourth quarter of that series. Like I don't know what happened. I still can't tell you what happened in the fourth quarter of that series. I mean, obviously Minnesota played, great, but they had to, Denver just I don't understand it. So I was willing to put Denver up against everyone. Now that the team I thought was kind of unbreakable is gone, my bearings are not right. I think whoever comes out of this series could absolutely win the finals. And with the Celtics, you just don't know. And I don't want to disrespect the Pacers. I would not pick them in a finals matchup. I would not pick them in an Eastern Conference finals matchup. Like I'm picking the Celtics in that one. The Celtics, you don't have enough information to know if they're good enough yet. And it drives, I know Hank's probably boiling over there. It drives Celtics fans crazy because like, we can only play who's in front of us.
Yep.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that I now have enough information. Like, I don't know. I don't know if you have what it takes because I haven't seen it yet. I did not see it in the NBA Finals that they played against the Warriors where they just kind of fell apart as that series went on. Like, I have not seen the evidence yet that you can win an NBA Finals. That doesn't mean you can't. And I absolutely believe that they could, but how would you know?
Right.
They haven't been there and showed us that they could. So that's not their fault. It doesn't mean that they can't win, but I couldn't call it once we get to the finals because the Celtics are like a black box. You just don't know what's in there yet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so who's winning? Mavs?
Yeah, that's it. That's my answer.
Mavs?
That was
That's
a
my
good
answer.
answer. That was such
Good
a long
answer.
answer. I
Thank
forgot
you.
that you didn't answer it.
You didn't answer.
That's a great answer.
Mavs?
See?
Wolves?
Thank you. There
Just
you
not
go.
the
Not
Pacers.
the Pacers.
Not
Yeah.
the Pacers.
Not the Pacers.
Yeah.
Maybe the Celtics.
That was
Yeah.
smart.
And then also maybe whoever wins.
Now I might have to root for the Pacers just because that would be...
I mean, that
Then you have to have me back.
the
Yeah.
funniest possible outcome for this podcast would be the Pacers. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Dude, I assume you guys are rooting for the Pacers anyway.
No.
Well,
No,
it's for Hank.
I want to see the Celtics do well. I support my friend Hank. I want,
Okay.
I
Yeah,
want
me
nothing.
too.
All right.
He's a
Yeah.
heartbroken Massachusetts sports fan.
I-
has not had a lot of success. I want to see reverse the curse.
Yeah, it's fuck the Pacers right now. In this house, it's fuck the Pacers.
Yeah.
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 Right, Hank? We got your
I
back.
heard,
Yeah.
I feel like there's
They just want me to lose
Celtics
in the
fans are
finals.
like,
That's
we can
fine.
never win game 2. Is he one of those guys?
Yeah,
Are you one of the
they
you can never win game 2
they
guys?
can't win game 2.
Yep.
Or it's a bad game too.
He also just said we just want to see him lose in the finals. That is ridiculous. I would never think that.
Is it?
No, it's 100% true.
I don't want to see it. I would. You'd hate to see it if it happened.
You would hate to. We would hate to have to podcast about
Rachel,
it, but we'd have to.
You're gonna hate watching Hank if he loses in the finals. Everyone,
I
the
mean,
royal you.
We will hate it. Yeah, exactly. Who would want to see that? Well, what's his prediction for tonight? If Boston can't win game 2s, but
Hank?
they've got one tonight, what do you think?
I think today they reverse the curse, win by 20. Jaylen Brown drops 40.
It's a must-win for the Celtics too.
All
Because
NBA snub.
Yeah.
He's gonna come out hot.
must
Book
win.
it.
The Pacers, they don't lose at home. They don't. They haven't lost at home since March 18th.
That's true. Have not
So
lost at home since the middle of March.
It's a must-win for Hank tonight.
Yeah.
Can I brag for a second?
Yeah.
So we both work with DraftKings, and DraftKings has me do like a parlay bet every Tuesday, and I had to learn a lot about gambling and how parlays work. I'm going to just admit that this is not my natural. I'm not an expert to begin with, but I'm proud because I've had more and more wins lately, and I had a triple win parlay on the Celtics in the last game,
Wow.
and I got it.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Very good
You
about
should
that.
brag about that. Yes.
See, so since he was saying Jaylen Brown's going to draft 40, it's what I was like, yeah. I picked Jaylen Brown's numbers. I picked Jayson Tatum's rebounding. I had Al Horford. Like I was in. I was rolling.
What do you have tonight?
So there you go.
Rachel's secret
I
parlay.
don't have to pick tonight.
All right, so we'll
I
have to
don't
tune in
have
on,
to pick tonight.
on Tuesday for DraftKings. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
It's a good
exactly.
plug.
There you go.
It's a good plug.
There you
Well,
go.
Rachel,
Boom.
it was great having you back on the show. We'll make sure that we have you back on sooner than later, and
Yeah.
appreciate it as always.
As always, boys. I was happy to be here.
Rachel Nichols is brought to you by Uber Eats. Our good friends over at Uber Eats know that basketball playoffs are here, and now you can get almost anything you need for game day delivered with Uber Eats. What do we mean by almost? Well, you can't get a deep bench delivered, but you can get a deep dish pizza delivered. You can get breadsticks, wings, you name it. A layup? Nope, can't help you there. But a lager? Yep, we can do that. We can even deliver a few six-packs if you plan on hosting the watch party. A game going into OT? No. But a delivery of TP? Yes, absolutely. A big play? Nope. Paper plates? Yep. And you can even get a pack of napkins to go with it. A championship? No. But a French dip? Yes. No matter what you need to make it through this postseason, get almost anything delivered with Uber Eats. I used Uber Eats the other night. I got hint of lime Tostitos. I got salsa. I got cheese. It was a great evening thanks to Uber Eats. Delivered straight to my door, super fast. Check out all
Liquid
the
cheese?
What's up?
Liquid cheese?
Yeah, liquid cheese.
Liquid cheese.
I got liquid cheese.
I didn't know if you just got like a stack of some like American cheese slices.
No, because they don't slice those thin enough for me. But if they had some liquid cheese, then yeah, I'm interested in that. That's really the thinnest cheese you can get.
True.
If your slicer's good enough. But if you don't have a slicer, Uber Eats can get you sliced cheese. They can get you sliced anything pretty much. Check out all the best game day deals in the app. Order now at www.ubereats.com. Alcohol in select markets. Product availability may vary by region. See app for details. She was also brought to you by our great friends at Chevy. Everyone knows this is a Chevy Truck Podcast. Always has been. The greatest trucks ever built. Our good friends at Chevy have been a big part of my take story throughout the years. The Silverado helped us dig the biggest hole ever dug in the state of Ohio during Grit Week. The Silverado partners with us every year to give college fullbacks all the rightful recognition that they deserve with the Lowman Award. I personally went out and purchased a Chevy. I spent my own money buying a Chevy because I believe in Chevy. I believe in Chevy trucks. I believe in their grit. I believe in their determination. I just believe in how cool they are. They're great trucks. You're going to love it. Get behind the wheel of a Chevy. Go to a dealership. Check it out. They're a long-time partnership of the show. They've got a truck with commanding and unstoppable grit, legendary capability. Find out for yourself like so many other AWLs. Head to Chevy.com. Check out all the Chevy truck grit and build your own Silverado. I love seeing AWLs picking up new Silverados because I know that the best has just started for them. Best is yet to come. The day you drive home from a Chevy Silverado is a great day, but just know the years following that are going to be even better. For do-it-yourself products to road trips, off-road adventures, tailgates, whatever your thing is, it all starts with a Chevy truck. And now here's Tommy Pope and Chris O'Connor.
Okay, we now welcome on very special guests. It is Tommy Pope, Chris O'Connor, Stuff Island guys. Also, in the new comedy on Netflix, Tires, which
Yes,
will
sir.
be out when we air this probably. So
Yeah.
congrats on that.
Thursday morning, 3 a.m.
Now I already asked. I'm going to ask again because you guys didn't give me an answer. Shane Gillis is Adam Sandler. Who's Rob Schneider?
Well, currently it would be Gerben.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, you guys
Schneider.
aren't even in like the. You guys are kind of on the outs.
No, he's in. No.
Oh.
I'm a recurring character with Schultz.
Okay,
So I'm in like 3 of the 6 episodes. Chris is in the shop.
you're in the whole.
He's one of the boys in the
time.
shop.
Yeah.
Did you guys help write it?
I didn't.
A little bit, yeah. But yeah,
What does that mean? A little bit.
I don't know. I was like on set, throwing out ideas. I was there the whole
Oh,
time,
yeah.
so like
okay.
throwing out
Yeah.
ideas
Yeah.
and like I don't know. Some of the stuff was kind of based on scripts that we wrote a long time ago, but it changed a lot. Yeah,
Just like punching it up, changing some punchlines.
yeah.
Yeah, most
So
of the
I
whole-
wouldn't. I wasn't like writing. I wasn't in the room writing with him.
Is it awesome? Like, is it like set in that like you guys are going to be on a Netflix show? Like, this is all. It feels like the whole
No,
group
it's-
has like been on this like meteoric rise.
Yeah.
It's like it's nuts to watch.
Yeah, it is. It's weird, man. There's like so many different variants of all of our group that like we've been doing stuff for like 12 years together in different aspects.
Right.
So seeing it all finally take hold is like,
I don't know. It hasn't sunk in. I don't think. Yeah, I still don't really believe it's real.
Once it comes out and people are watching it, and then they recognize you from it.
Yeah.
everyone's just gonna call me a wop all day, every
Yeah.
day, which is kind of sick.
Yeah, that's like you've reached the highest
sick,
part of an
dude.
Italian.
Yeah, sorry.
Are you guys ready
Sick
to
as
just
hell.
like let fame go to your head if it becomes a smash hit, and
God,
you're
no.
always going to be known as the guy from Tires?
I don't know. I still don't believe that will happen.
Yeah.
That like
No,
yeah.
it's like I mean, the writers, it was like Shane, Gerben, and McKeever, but like I said, I think this is the one, and I think they'll have as many seasons as they want.
Yeah.
It's a matter of, but like everybody's so talented that I think it's going to be like one of those.
We hope. We hope.
I think it'll be one of
hope.
those things where like
We hope.
they're just going to go, okay, this is a jumping point to the next project, and it's going to be something. There's just such a great group, and it's corny as fucking hell, but like it's an octopus where like everybody's tentacle is a different, like, we have different qualities and talents, but we're all going in the same direction.
It's awesome because I love the idea of like, comedy is obviously a very singular thing where it's like, you're a comedian, you're up there, you're not competing against everyone, but you are. But like seeing a group of guys do it together is the coolest. Like that is why the Adam Sandler, like I think people keep getting drawn back to it because like he's like, I got my friends and this is awesome and we like to make movies together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's crazy. I mean, the idea that we get to be part of this show and that it's being made and it's literally just all of our friends is insane. Like to even be doing this in any capacity is nuts.
Yeah.
The fact that it's just all people
Which
would
is
hang out
so,
anyway.
Yeah.
It's so important. It's like,
Yeah.
the quality of work you guys do here is because you're hanging around each other all the time, because you're our boys, and like the work environment. And I think like the work environment, every set when it's just us, like the way McKeever directs and stuff, and then like the way they write the scripts, they're always a lot for improv. So like whatever you see on screen might have never made the script is just like a function for like a story.
Right.
And then because we're all so comfortable, there's not some strange director. You're not working with an actor you just met. It's just like exactly how they interact.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's just Gerben fighting with Shane the way Chris and I would fight. It's like you're like, you want to get a cheeseburger from Chris, go. And then it's like, it's immediately good.
Right. It's natural.
The next level of this is like as it evolves. What Sandler especially did is like later on he just started doing his movies with his boys at like vacation destinations.
Yeah, it's
We're gonna spend 2 months.
Yeah. You
Bali.
gotta be like, Shane, let's not do
Make
a tire shop.
Dude, I was telling
how
Chris,
about we do a TV show about like yacht repairmen?
Yeah, I started thinking about doing just a road trip movie.
Yeah.
And I already have like but that's kind of the same selfish, mentality going, let's just go do all the coolest shit. Let's do a bucket list.
Yeah.
If you were about to die,
Yeah.
what would be all the coolest shit you would want to do?
Yeah, the tire shop, but it's in Cabo.
Yeah. All the women are naked.
There's cocaine inside the tank.
Yeah.
That's sick though. So and you guys just both moved to Austin, right?
Yeah.
So how's that cultural shock from New York? Because you guys were all living together in Queens, right?
Yeah.
There's the two of you.
Yeah.
Were you guys living in the same apartment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was there for like 10, 11 or something like that. And Shane was with me for like 5 or 6, and then Chris moved in. He was with us for like 4.
Yeah.
All 3 of us were together for 4. Shane moved upstairs. Chris and I together for another year. And then Shane fucked off to Austin. We followed him like 3 months later. In terms of culture shock, it's like, I don't know if it's my age. Like Chris said it on the other pod, where it's like, you don't realize the Northeast, Philly and New York, it's like you're constantly under fucking mayhem.
Yeah.
Your angst is up, your anxiety's flying. You're just angry for no fucking reason. And I got to Texas and I was like, oh, this is the quality of life that people talk about.
Yeah.
Like you're
It's
peaceful.
a different way to live.
You have
everyone's
space.
nice.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying like nice little.
Yeah, dude.
Even if it's just surfacey stuff, I like it. Yeah.
the
saying,
explosion
like,
in my endorphins in my fucking brain when a neighbor comes out and just like waves.
Yeah, it's nice, right?
It's so beautiful.
It's real. So what part of town are you guys in?
I'm in South Austin.
Okay.
I'm downtown. Yeah.
South Austin is still pretty cool, right?
It's there's like 2 or 3 different. I mean, there's a lot of outdoor fucking breweries and stuff like that, but there's a couple around me that are just like just enough artsy that's not too hipstery.
Yeah.
It's real. The people are real. You don't feel like you're in a corny space. It's not. It doesn't seem like Brooklyn. If you can understand that, it's not like Texas Brooklyn.
Going from like a Manhattan restaurant to an Austin restaurant and seeing the vast difference in size is just so crazy. So I did the opposite. I moved from Austin to New York City.
Oh no shit!
And then I walked into my first restaurant when I got there, and I was like, How do I walk to my?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you're in Austin. You've got like a backyard to every restaurant that's like 4 acres.
Yeah.
There's dogs running around.
It's also so easy to find shit in Austin because you're just walking around, you hear like good music playing, you're like, I'll go check that
Just
out.
follow it. Yeah.
In New York, you have to like find the spot where cool shit. You have to like dig into this nest of shit to find like a cool hang.
Yeah. I love the idea of Tommy just being, I've said it, but like you are the end of Goodfellas, just walking around being like, is that guy waving at me? Or what the
Fuck you too.
Yeah, right. Just
no, they really are,
off.
dude. Even the customer service for like the utility bills, the people are just they're peaches, dude.
Yeah,
I gotta
like
call them. I
patient.
gotta say like I gotta switch over gas and stuff, and I'm deep breath dreading rather talking to this fucking woman who's gonna give me a hard time getting my gas turned over, and she's just sweet as pie. Picks up right away. I'm not on hold for 30 fucking minutes. She's asking about my day before we get to business.
So are you worried that
different...
are you gonna get soft though?
Oh yeah, you've already gotten soft.
You're gonna miss that East Coast combativeness.
No, I think I was in the trenches long enough that I can never I can never go back to the pussy lifestyle.
Yeah, I still
cut your
we're
teeth.
in like a honeymoon phase. Where
Yeah.
It's just like, man, it's so nice down. I can't believe we're down here.
Yeah.
I think after a year we'll slowly slip back.
Oh, I'm kind of rooting for you guys to get soft. Yeah, and you'll know it too.
I think the year thing is like that's a good milestone right there. Is like a year because you're going to get experience this summer. Because I have no idea what that's going to be like. You do. I have no fucking idea. I don't know if I'm going to enjoy it or not. And then you go, okay, well, I'm in space. I'm in a lot of space. Do I miss the animals? But the good thing is like the club where we Mothership is on 6th Street.
Yeah.
And that's mayhem. So you get a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah, and 6th Street at night, it turns into just a clusterfuck, too.
It's Mardi Gras.
So there is some chaos there for sure.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And your brain's kind of your brain.
What do you mean? Ooh, that's good. That was deep.
Jesus
I
Christ.
mean,
That was
just
fucking
like
deep.
I don't know. I feel like as much as things have changed, you're still kind of like
a maniac.
in the same
right.
in the
You
same
can't escape
suit.
your own
yeah,
brain.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Do you feel like you're way different now than you were?
In New York does. I think it's more just like there's a deep breath that you can take when you leave New York that you didn't realize you were holding it in.
Yeah.
You're like, oh shit, I was.
Chicago's a perfect lateral move.
Yeah.
Because you still have a beautiful city, lots of entertainment. That's not just one note and piece.
Right. And there's trees and like parks and stuff.
Yeah.
Where in New York, like, you just kind of like hold it in your like your shoulders.
No,
Like,
for
oh,
sure.
shit.
Yeah.
I was kind of just.
I used to say
everyday
that's why Philadelphia is one of the ugliest cities because I think they're all born beautiful, and just the tension around them just gets them like they start hunkering down and they start losing their size and their eyebrows get down because they're always like fuck you, and they just turn into orcs. always protecting like one little piece of land. Like my dad always protected the front grass all the time. Like get the fuck off the lawn. Like kids would just walk along a corner.
Yeah.
Just angry his whole fucking life, not knowing he could go 30 miles this way and just live in Lancaster.
Yeah.
Have sex with his wife again. You know what I mean?
It's an interesting question though. Like your brain is your brain. So like if you move somewhere, I think people do change though. I think their environment. Yeah, like
if we lived in San Diego,
I'd be
like,
such
how
a
do you
pussy,
not become like we actually discussed it, like like,
bisexual.
Hank wanted us to move to California. It's like we can't be sports fans the same way in California. Like I just don't think you can. I don't think it can matter as much.
Yeah, I
when
mean,
it's that beautiful every day.
I don't know. I mean,
I agree with this a little bit, but I will say I don't know enough about the summer yet. I will miss 1,000,000% miss the change of seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that to me.
Fall is.
but you're talking about growing up there.
Yeah,
It's hard to be a sports fan.
Yeah,
or just on the same level.
or just move. I think if you move to California, and maybe I'm way off, but like if my team loses a big game and it's like, oh, it's 70 degrees, I can go to the beach.
Yeah.
I just don't think you hold it in the same way.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on, dude.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh, I think like a playoff loss in football when it's like,
No,
10
this is where
degrees
your
out.
brain's already a brain.
Your brain's
Yeah.
your brain.
No,
You'd get to the beach and you go, I'm sitting at a fucking beach.
Yeah.
My team just lost. Who the fuck do I think I am?
Yeah,
No, I
yeah,
don't know.
100%.
I think you
Riding a bike along the beach is nice for 2 weeks, and then you start going, who the fuck does this?
I think eventually it just takes over. Other people's brain take over your brains because you're out there, you make new friends. Your friends aren't as into sports because they grew up in San Diego.
Then they're not my friend.
And then
You
you have
listen,
to find
pal,
like
you're not my friend.
yeah, you have to find like
You're an acquaintance.
the ultimate
I'm not gonna use the
degenerate.
F word on you.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
I feel like it would change us. It would make us because right now I think the beauty of this show sometimes is that we get pissed off over the smallest, most inconsequential things.
Right.
Yeah.
Like little tiny things, like the jerseys the Nuggets wore last night in Game 7.
Sure.
Those were Game 2 jerseys. They were not Game 7 jerseys.
I agree
Right.
with that 100%.
Right.
If I'm in San Diego, do you think I'm getting riled up about what the Nuggets wore?
I think you get more. I mean, again, if you transplanted there, I think you get more mad
Your brain
because
is your
walking out into a nice sunny day
Yeah.
is like when you go in the locker room after a loss and people are dancing and
Yeah, yeah. Shut the music off.
this is not what a loss
Yeah.
looks
You
like.
guys having a good time?
Shit, your brain is your brain.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's fucking deep.
This will be a big test. Will be the Eagles season in fucking Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Will you be able to get fired up?
Oh,
100%.
baby.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're in the Thresher.
Put
dude.
me in
It's a
Russia.
fucking
I'm
Cowboys
headbutting
fan.
something.
Yeah, I mean, our guy Max, he's a big Philly fan, and the Eagles torture him. He's just angry all the time.
But again, it's great. It's great torture. Going fucking what? 11 win season. I'll take it for a little while. The fumble in the Super Bowl is the shit that will always echo in your skull.
Yeah.
Because you had it.
All the momentum. Yeah.
But if you're getting there and getting your ass whooped, you just still go, maybe next year.
Did you guys do any deep background research on the Sodfather? The guy that put the grass down for that game?
No, I didn't do any research. I don't think that's like.
He's suspect.
No, he's
Really?
suspect.
Yeah.
You should learn about
No,
that.
I've read enough, and then I went, I can't. I'm not mentally strong and emotionally strong enough for this shit.
He
Yeah.
tapped
what's the
out.
deal with this guy?
He has been doing the groundskeeping work for the Chiefs for like what 50 years.
His whole life.
His last game
Yeah.
was the Super Bowl. And on the way out, they had all that controversy about how slick the grass was, how it was.
And the Chiefs
So-
knew. The Chiefs had the right cleats.
Yeah.
The Eagles didn't.
Really?
Guys,
I did not know this.
Next topic.
you got
I
something
did
on the
not
paper
know
over there?
That kind of shit matters, dude. I
Yeah.
like because certain surfaces play to certain teams, and like
Yep. You
that
should look
shit
into
drives
it.
me nuts.
Look into it.
Yeah.
I liked it. Tommy just like read one paragraph on ESPN.com. Was like, I can't.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mentally cannot handle.
Yeah, it's like a mother of 6 going, a child was kidnapped, and it's like, I can't have that in my skull right now. I got 6 beautiful angels on my couch. I'm not reading about this kid fucking getting ass raped.
God.
So all right. So that will be the big test. Is like, can you get worked up? I mean, yeah, you will be with Cowboys fans. So that does
That'll be actually
That
the
will-
perfect way to
yeah,
keep you locked up.
get you
Yeah.
angry.
There's
all
nothing worse
the
than a
time.
Cowboys fan. Dude, a Cowboys fan in Texas, I'll take it. I'll listen to you.
Yeah.
But seeing a Cowboys fan in Philly or anywhere but Texas,
Yeah.
you're a pile of garbage.
It's interesting because I found that Cowboys fans outside of Texas they're more delusional about the Cowboys than the ones that are actually fans.
they just
of the
want to
team
be
that live
something.
there. They like the image of the Cowboys.
Yeah,
What the
yeah, they
Cowboys are
fell for the America's
supposed to
team
be.
bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Down there, it's just Mexican dudes wanting to, talk about something.
Yeah, they're more knowledgeable Cowboys fans in Texas than they are anywhere else. I'll give you that.
Yeah. So are you from Austin?
No, originally from DC, so I'm a
Oh, okay.
Commanders football team, Redskins fan. Whatever,
sick. Make
whatever
it
her name
worse.
is this year.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awful.
I'm actually
You're not
happy
even
for
mad.
you
Yeah,
guys.
you can't be mad at me.
No,
like,
no, no, no.
We're not a threat.
Dude, No, but I am. You guys did make some good changes. It's going to take. You got rid of that fucking pervert. That's great.
Yep.
Which one?
Guy who owns the organization.
Oh yeah, that guy.
The head. Great question.
Yeah. Gotta specify here.
Yeah, I think the next 5 years is going to be a nice building squad for you boys.
Oh, that was mean. What he just.
I mean, he's,
that was.
I mean, to be
that was so patting you on the head. Like, you guys are gonna rebuild something.
yeah,
It's gonna be cute in a little 5-year rebuild.
it's a good time.
He's not 80.
I spent
So like me saying that to my dad.
I spent the last like 7 years of my life just willing every ounce of my inner being trying to get Dan Snyder out. He was my biggest enemy. I just went after him all the time. Brought up a lot of old shit that he did. I was like, I won't live past this guy because he's a billionaire, so he's going to live to be like 110.
Yeah.
So I can't die with him still as the owner. I got my wish. He sold the team. Now I'm the dog that caught the ambulance. I'm like, I don't. Now what?
Yeah.
Like,
Now what?
It was way easier to just like get mad at Dan Snyder for all my problems.
Did you get any like legal issues with that? Like
No.
I know some of those guys like actually go after.
Yeah, it happens with James Dolan in the Knicks a lot.
Right.
I feel like he goes after. I mean, we're banned from. We tried to do a show at the Beacon Theater.
Yeah, Beacon Theater.
And we were told no.
Really?
Oh, 'cause it's owned by MSG.
Yeah.
Yeah. He owns a lot of stuff.
And we sold like shirts that said like sell the team like 8 years ago. One of our other guys did hiss at him on the street. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. He literally hissed at him.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that guy.
Yeah, James Dolan?
Yeah.
Way to go out
Nobody.
on a limb.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they can't force him out.
I mean, how could you?
Because it sets a
He
bad
owns it.
precedent. So
Yeah.
if the other owners are like, hey, we got to get this guy out, they make him sell the team, then they all know that they've got some skeletons.
And they
Yeah.
but also
scared.
they
It's like,
got
what
the
if-
whole fight. It's like getting a new head coach.
yeah.
You know, if you know the head coach is not great, but the offensive coordinator is boys with the head coach. As soon as you get a new head coach, the whole system of coaches is gutted.
No. This is just a cultural problem. They got to make a change.
Yeah, but you
know?
can't like
You got to give him a handshake and say, "Hey, man."
It's all billionaires who like
Thanks for
if
coming.
you get,
yeah.
like think about some of the guys that got kicked out of different places, different teams, like how it took like a long time, or they had to do some real like Donald Sterling, or the guy who owned the Suns, or even the guy in the Panthers. Like they don't want to kick anyone out because then everyone could turn around and be like, "But what about you?"
Yeah.
You think Jerry Jones doesn't have any skeletons in his closet where
He's
he's
got skeletons in his fucking face.
Like, yeah.
Like his teeth are disgusting.
But yeah, they don't want another owner to sell because then at the end of the day they're like, shit, somebody could make me sell because I've done some fucked up stuff.
Think about when Dan Snyder was getting under all that pressure like a year ago, when it was right getting to the point where it was like, oh shit, he's got to sell this team. You think it was a coincidence that Jerry Jones pictures from when he was like protesting black kids being able to integrate schools popped up?
Yeah.
Like that shit just starts coming
Bunch
out.
of mudslinging.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you want to do it? Okay, we'll do it too.
Like Steinbrenner, I'm gonna tailgate that dude's funeral. Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones. Why? You guys should like him. He is
making all the wrong.
Yeah, he meddles so, like outside of the 90s, he just meddles so much that it's like.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually respect Jerry Jones in the fact that if I were an owner, I would do the same thing and be like, I'm the GM too. I'm the coach. Like I'm calling the plays. It's my team.
Yeah.
I like that. I would do the same thing.
I don't know, but once you start eating exclusively applesauce, you got to hang it up.
And he made an AI like robot
Biden?
version.
Political on me, dude.
Yeah, he makes people do a tour of Cowboy Stadium, and there's an AI Jerry Jones that you can talk to. If you're like a fan going through there.
Really?
Well, he's in that like late stage, the super rich guys that get like so obsessed with living forever.
Yeah.
And they start doing weird shit like taking their kids' blood and shit.
Yeah, but
like, what's going on, man?
That part I get.
Like taking people's blood.
Yeah, dude. If you were old and a billionaire, everything has gone right. So right in your life, the only thing that's coming for you is death, and it would be so unacceptable.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel like I've had so much fun already. I'm only 44. I'm cool with a dirt nap at this point.
No, you aren't.
Dude, doubling?
Right now?
No.
Not
But
right
like,
now.
imagine if I make it to fucking 80.
Yeah, but I think that's the
so
thing.
exhausted.
If you make it to 80, you probably had a ton more success. You're like, this rocks. I want to keep going.
Nah. At that point, you got to fucking pump your dick up to touch anything.
Being 100.
What do you?
100% be drinking children's blood to
Yes.
to stay young.
You'll be on, still.
Yeah, you'll be.
But yeah.
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 You'll be on fucking.
I started at 35.
I know.
Tires,
the Lotion King.
Tires season 200. You're like, I want to keep doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't even have cars anymore.
Yeah.
No tires. They're all flying. Nobody's coming to shop.
Yeah. It's more of a 90s sitcom. Take your top off.
Is this science fiction? What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's so all right. So you guys are on the road doing your podcast on the road. I gotta say, the Chevy Chase clip.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah.
I mean, that I laughed. That was one of those clips that I saw and I started showing everyone. Chris, you've never told a story. Can you tell the story correctly right now? You've never told a story worse than that.
If there's one clip that really resonates with our relationship, there's like 3 of them, which shows you how his brain works and how my brain works, how our energies work, and why our podcast works. That fucking clip is exactly it. We're in a car traveling to a show, and he just brings up a random joke because we were struggling at the beginning of the podcast because we're focused on the energy of the traffic and stuff, and it was our first like in-car
No, we were
podcast.
driving through Chevy Chase, Maryland.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
That's how it came up.
And he just was like,
and he goes, yeah, it's
well, you said I heard the guy's a dick, and I was like, yeah, he fucking kicked me off his trampoline.
yeah. And he said it just like that.
Yeah.
And I laughed, and I was just like, that's a good bit, dude. Oh no, I was like, oh yeah? And he goes, yeah, I was jumping too high. And I thought it was just the corniest joke of all time. So like I thought that was cute. I was like, that's a good bit, dude.
Yeah, no. That's a
goes,
real
no,
thing
serious.
that happened.
Serious. Chevy Chase kicked me off his trampoline. And then my mind explodes going, what are you talking about? Why would you
say it like that?
Yeah, why say it like that?
No one says it like that. So what happened?
Well, so
the best part is it's going to lead us right back.
No redemption
There's only
story
one way to
whatsoever,
tell it.
dude. Yeah.
No, so it was freshman year of high school. So all of our middle school, my high school was like gigantic. All of our middle schools like blended together. And this kid in my biology class from another school, I wound up becoming friends with him just in class. And then he was talking about how he's dating Chevy Chase's daughter. And I was like, what? And then he was like, a couple weeks went by and it like kind of got around the class. And then he invited like a bunch of us, like me and like literally like 13 other kids to go to Chevy Chase's house.
Suck his blood.
One afternoon after school. So like after school, we just got picked up in this giant van. What? And we all went to Chevy Chase's house. And then we get there. It's like, this is weird. It's just like in New York somewhere. And we get there. There's like a dance recital planned with like his daughter, this kid I know is dating.
That's why you don't want to be too successful.
Yeah. It was so weird. So the kid, like his daughter starts dancing with a kid that I played on like a Connecticut, New York, like lacrosse all-star team with. So I'm like, what the fuck is this kid doing here? And apparently he had been taking dance lessons the whole time. And he's like a ballroom dancer. So like, and he saw me and was like, fuck. Dude. So now he has to do like ballroom dancing with Chevy Chase's daughter in front of us in like a barn. There's just 13 fucking...
You didn't tell this part of the
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, and we're all sitting there like, and the kids I was with were like much more just like, fuck this fucking kid, like just ripping on him the whole time. So then that ended.
You're just rooting for your boy?
Yeah, and I was like, one of those things where I was like, I always kind of wanted to be a comedian, but I had no idea how to do it. And I'm like fucking at Chevy Chase's house, and I'm like, I got to impress him somehow. And
I'm 13.
I'm gonna
He
jump
spots
real
a
fucking
treadmill.
high on the
and so
trampoline.
I'm like, I know that I'm not going to be able to like just joke around with him, so I'm like, I'm going to impress him by how high I can jump on this trampoline. and
Again, this is all new information to me.
We're in his backyard, and like me and this other kid we're taking turns going on the trampoline. I'm on with this other kid, and I'm jumping so fucking.
Your headline in the trampoline.
Yeah, dude, I'm
He opened
crushing
for
on
you.
the trampoline. And he walks out, and he's like standing there, and I'm like just jumping as high as I fucking can, being like Chevy Chase's. I'm thinking Chevy Chase is gonna go, holy shit.
This kid's got chops.
Like what's your situation?
Yeah, dude.
Like,
You want to go on the road with me?
Are you a comedian?
I'm gonna make this kid a star.
Yeah. And instead he goes, get off my trampoline. You're jumping too high. It's dangerous. And I was like, oh, man. And I get off the trampoline, and then he just jumps on the trampoline with my friend. And I was just standing there like,
damn,
jealous. Yeah.
He took your air?
Yeah.
Oh,
and then,
my
so
God.
they just did that, and I wasn't allowed on the only thing I was good at, I wasn't allowed to do.
That's such a little kid thing too. So, like, you remember when you were like 12 and you're like, if I shoot hoops, like someone's gonna drive
Get me
by
a wiffle ball right
and be
now.
like, I need that kid in the NBA.
Yeah.
That's how my mom thought. Like when I first started doing stand up, like 2 years later, my boy Luke Cunningham got into Fallon as a writer, and my mom's like, "Why don't you just ask Luke to get you in?" I was like, "Ma, you think that's just how it works? Like somebody just is doing that now, and you just go, hey, Luke, can you ask Fallon?"
I mean, that's
Pull
literally
up a
what
chair.
happened with Shane.
Wait, so you've never met Chevy Chase again, right?
No. He took us through his whole house. He played piano for us.
Oh, what a dick.
Hell.
Yeah. It was really crazy. And then we played as security guards in basketball on his like private court, his outdoor court. And then we just went home.
What a day.
I have heard he's a dick, though. And that story confirms it to me.
Yeah. It's funny. I like said that to someone once. I was like, he's a fucking dick, man. He treated us like a bunch of assholes. And he was like, it was when I was an adult, and there was another adult man who was like, yeah, he had a bunch of fucking 13-year-olds at his house. of course he was a dick.
Yeah.
And,
This might be the one time he was actually in the right.
Yo, yeah.
Chevy Chase is a dick, but not this time.
I don't like. It's like I don't even know how that kid pitched his girlfriend on the idea.
Yeah, you were in a barn watching his girlfriend and another dude dance?
Yeah. It was so
It's like
weird.
one of those stories you just go, you check in on that person, find out where they live, and go, hey, see if they're still alive or self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Yeah. Was it competitive ballroom dancing? Was it being like judged?
I mean, I don't remember being impressed.
Calm down, bro. You ballroom dancing me, I'm being competitive.
Yeah. Imagine just casually ballroom dancing.
Yeah, true.
Not my speed.
Lazily?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of
Show
my
some
ballroom.
commitment. Work for this, yeah.
Dragging your feet.
What a story.
And I remember my parents, I don't even know if I think they might have just thought I went out and was like smoking weed or something.
You're like, no, I was getting yelled at by Chevy
I was like,
Chase.
I just got back from Chevy Chase's house, and they were like, cool, go to bed.
Yeah, like, did he take acid this time? Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Chevy Chase.
I remember like leading up to it, I was like, I'm not coming home after practice today. I have to go to Chevy Chase's house. And they were like, okay.
So walk us through the start of the podcast, because I want to know how you guys got from like point A when you started podcasting together to where we're at right now, and how it took off, the whole story behind it.
I mean, we were just drinking together. We were just drunk over the pandemic together, and we were going through The Sopranos. We were watching every episode of The Sopranos.
You guys were roommates at the time.
Yeah. And just drinking whiskey, and we were just having fun time, like talking shit.
There's a deeper story to this where from my perspective, we weren't, as I said in the last pod, Chris and I weren't getting along because he was in different, it wasn't a big apartment.
Unbeknownst to me.
Yeah, you didn't like it.
No, I didn't know Chris because like he wasn't hanging out. He would just go out to shows with Shane, and I wasn't going out with those guys at that time. And I felt like there was just such a disconnect with somebody living in the apartment that I was like, he was more Shane's boy at that time. And then when Shane started popping off and being out a lot, Chris and I finally got to know each other. And like a couple things happened, and like we started becoming like close friends. And then the pandemic happened, then we came back and started getting fucked up. And then he kept saying like, yo, we should start a podcast. And I was coming off the heels of a podcast I hated doing for like 3 years. And I was like, shut up. And I just laughed it off.
Yeah, he was like, no.
You just got out of a podcast relationship. You're
Yeah.
like, I don't want to get my heart broken again.
Yeah, I'm not trying to fuck anybody else over.
Yeah.
And then finally he just kept saying, he's like, we'll do it tomorrow. I kept trying to get him drunk. You remember that? When you were like, he got all the equipment.
Oh, yeah.
He set a date. He's like, all right, tomorrow we're going to do a podcast. I'm like, all right. So the next day I was like,
Kept trying to get me.
let's go to Maggie's. No, I know.
It's a hard, heavy lift.
No. Like too drunk to say.
Just open up the refrigerator.
Yeah. No, at every step of the way, Tommy
Help him
was
off the
digging in
couch.
his heels. He didn't want to do it. We recorded one. He was like, don't put it out. And then I remember like I edited it and like put it together, and he was like, don't put it out. Let's bank a bunch. And then I just spazzed and just put it online and like went to the gym and ran because I was so pissed. And then it did really well.
Yeah.
I mean, well, you know.
Yeah,
well
no, it
enough.
was
Yeah.
immediate. like we had like a good reaction. I'd never done a podcast with outside of being a guest with friends. I never had just two guys.
Right.
So like you don't know, you kind of black out while you're talking. You don't know what you said.
Yep.
And you don't know how it went.
Yep.
Because you don't know what other people perceive as funny.
Yep.
So you're having a fucking blast in a way, but is it the best you could be? Never. And then you read comments going, that's fucking hilarious. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then we just did it every week, but it's all because he.
And then there was like kind of a nice thing where we like, because we had only really been like hanging out every day for like a month.
Yeah.
Like we were spending like he was getting me to go to the gym because I was sad. So it was like going to the gym and then we get drunk at night. And so it was like a month of that. So we didn't really know each other that well. So the start of it was very fun because you're just like literally learning about a person, but already like very much in sync with them.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think it's tough to like start a podcast if you've known someone for like 20 years.
Yeah.
Because then they're telling a story and you're like, yeah, I've heard that.
I think the most important part, not that I'm trying to get people to start podcasts, but is like you have to have someone that has differing opinions, a total different perspective on life. That's where the content comes from, is like the conflict.
Yeah.
It's like,
you guys have
shit
conflict.
he says naturally, I'm baffled. And the shit I say, he's baffled. It's like easy to talk for an hour. An hour flies when you're just going, you're a fucking idiot.
Right. Yeah.
On both sides. We're just ping-ponging, you're a fucking idiot. So then all of a sudden you just go, oh shit, that was fun.
Yeah.
But you're still a fucking idiot, and then you do it again. And it's been 2.5 years, so it's not going to slow down.
No. I mean, it's doing a great job. I mean, like I think the relationship you have with each other, that's what this podcast is too, where it's like we're dumb, we don't know, we're not like actually giving you insight about sports, we're just talking about sports,
right,
as sports fans,
right?
And people like the relationships more than anything.
100%. They want to feel like they're hanging out with their boys.
Exactly.
It's also good that sports just gives us brand new material to work with. Like
That's
every single day.
We have everything.
Scotty Scheffler gets arrested on Friday. I was like, well, all right, that Monday show's done.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't have to ask my best friend how he's doing. Let's talk about Scheffler.
What happened with that? They wrote that in such a confusing way, that article.
I was saying that when I woke up, the first 30 seconds that I was awake, I was like, Scotty Scheffler killed someone.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
What the fuck just happened? No, he was like, someone actually tragically did die.
What?
And yeah.
And before he got there.
Yep. Yeah, so he was trying to...
No, they have to execute someone every time he shows up.
That was a great what?
Mr. Scheffler's here.
And then he was trying to bypass traffic, and a cop who probably didn't know who he was tried to stop him and was like...
He does look like every golfing fan.
Right.
He does, but apparently he was in like a specially marked car that the tournament gives you. It's like this white Lexus that all the players drive.
Yeah, but still can't.
The cop fucked up.
Yeah,
It comes down to, I think the cop didn't realize that he was playing in the tournament, and so
someone died though. It's not like you get VIP access to it.
Well, but he wasn't running through the crime scene. He was trying to go around
to get into the tournament.
Yeah, they were saying there's an investigation still going on. He was like, "Yeah, I'm still playing in the tournament." The cop grabbed the window. And he's like, what are you doing? And they drug him for like 300 yards.
Yeah.
That's the way they wrote it. It was like he was drugged to the ground.
Which I don't believe.
There's
no way he gets out of jail that quickly.
The charges were also already dropped, right?
They might be dropped. I'm thinking that they're probably going to be dropped because it sounds from the report like the cop ran after the car, probably grabbed onto it, and then fell down. And then he got up and he was like, oh, my wrist has a scratch on it.
It did, yeah.
His pants, by the way, the real story, the officer's pants were damaged beyond repair.
Yeah.
So that was included. They wrote a police
beyond
report.
repair?
Beyond repair.
To give you an idea of how gentle it went.
The officer's pants valued at $89 were damaged beyond repair. In this incident. That's officially written in there.
They had to throw in something to make it like, why did you arrest Scotty Scheffler? It's like, well, my pants, dude.
Yeah. My bird dogs are
who's going to fucking take this?
Wait, did they arrest him later or did
No,
he get
no,
knocked
right
down
away.
and
Right
then
away.
get up and go arrest him?
On site.
They arrested him.
And
Dude, he got out and shot like a fucking
66. Yeah.
Yeah. He got out of prison and shot like a 5 under. 6 under?
6 under.
They put him in
or
the
5
orange.
under, yeah.
That's pretty
They put him
good.
in the orange jumpsuit, and they took his mugshot, which is just a fucking hilarious mugshot.
It's very funny.
Because Scotty Scheffler is the most boring person on planet Earth.
Yeah.
Here he is in a mugshot like fucking Frank Sinatra back in the day.
So funny.
so they let him out. He goes back to the golf course. I was hoping he was going to wear the orange jumpsuit on the course. That would have been awesome.
Did you see that kid who had the screen print T-shirt?
Yeah.
Of him, his headshot at the fucking first round?
Yeah.
I just went to a screen printing T-shirt
Yeah.
company.
Oh, we had
got the headshot.
Damn.
We had the shirts in the store instantly.
Oh, did you?
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
But showing the
Christ.
initiative to like drive to the store,
Yeah.
get one
Yeah.
printed up, and have one.
It's funny to
in time
think
for him
that
to show up.
No, that
that
guy
dude was panicking the whole time too. He's just like, "Fuck, I gotta get
Yeah.
the fucking
He's
T-shirt."
killing another person.
And if he made one of those, like this idiot should have made 100 of them and
Yeah.
sold them
Oh
when he
my
got them.
God.
Scotty Scheffler getting arrested probably bought Ms. Peaches, Dave's dog, like $100,000 bed.
Yeah.
That happened all in one morning.
Yeah, I remember when OJ got arrested. We had Free the Juice T-shirts down by Veterans Stadium for Birds games. Like every
Free the Jews.
yeah, dude.
Ugh.
That was like the same day. It was on like a Sunday or something.
Yeah.
They had just
You got to free
hundreds of
him.
T-shirts. Got to free the Jews.
Probably didn't age perfectly.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, it's all right. He went to fucking
Acquitted.
80 years old.
That's what's gonna happen when you're a billionaire. They're gonna get the photo of you saying
Free the
free the
Jews."
juice. Look at this guy.
Wait, so
He's
I
a great
actually
football player.
had a question about that. So you lived with Shane when everything happened with SNL?
Yeah.
Were you just like standing over him being like, man, that sucks? Like, I don't know how you would.
No, there was a
how do you
lot
even-
of you know, I'm not going to speak for him, but like the way he handled it, Shane has a very like he's just like yeah, it sucks, but like
Yeah, no, he's
very like
Yeah, not-
internal. He was the man about it.
Yeah,
But
he really
like,
was.
after it came out, yeah, he's obviously like, yeah, it was hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every day he's getting bombarded. So I think the safe space for home was like, just chill. Don't fucking bring it
Talk
up. Don't
about it,
talk.
yeah.
Just be best friends. Just
Yeah.
hang out.
Yeah.
You don't
That's
want to just
smart.
because he's getting fucking shelled everywhere else online. Just I can't
And
imagine, dude.
It feels like, yeah, when that happens, we had it, but not to that level.
But
But yeah.
It just was funny.
It-
He was just on the couch
chilling.
yeah.
playing video games, but
I think that's
He was
why
the
people
most
love
Shane
Shane.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's why they love him.
The
Yeah.
schedule was the same, except every once in a while he'd get up and take a phone call, and it was like some massively powerful person.
Yeah. Then he'd come back on the couch, unpause, man.
That's perfect.
Yeah, that is why.
That's
he's so
why.
lovable,
Yeah,
dude.
that's why everyone loved the way he handled it.
I get that question all the time. Like, is Shane really like that? I'm
Oh,
like,
he
dude,
is.
it's
Yeah.
1,000,000,000%.
He's just one of the bros.
Mm-hmm.
Like it couldn't be more one of the bros.
It's awesome.
I mean, even at Brady's roast when everyone's in a tux and he's in a sweatshirt.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, the camera pan and we're like, what the fuck?
Dude, he walked up like Steinway's like, I got to get a jacket for this fucking black tie event. He was like doing that show with like Jon Stewart.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I forget what it's called. And he came back in like 15 minutes. He goes, I can't do it.
I love
He
that.
walked into like the Gap and he goes, nope. Turns around, comes home.
Not a
Oh,
tux
I've
guy.
had that happen so many times where I walk in somewhere like, yeah, I'm gonna get something nice.
Yeah.
Fuck
Put it
that.
on.
Yeah.
No, it's not me.
Can't do that.
Meanwhile, I'm trying on women's shoes.
Yeah, you dress nice.
I live in
Tommy.
Needham. Thanks, pal.
Yeah. What's that about?
Yeah, what happened?
I like to care about how I dress and
Yeah.
how I smell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's always been my MO.
Mm-hmm.
You actually wear women's shoes?
No.
Okay.
I'm just saying I do love to shop, and
It's very
even
Italian.
if I
of
didn't
you.
find
Yeah.
something for myself, I jump into the women's section.
Yeah, the best.
I strung that along way too far. The
yeah.
joke itself.
The-
I apologize. Cut that.
the best part about like very Italian men is that they're like, I'm alpha masculine, but they're just like right on the line of like
yeah.
dressing
Yeah.
in high heels and like women's fashion. Like, yeah, I like fashion.
Yeah, but dude, I'm mostly Irish. I'm like a wop in sheep's clothing.
Yeah. That's actually a
You guys
great way to
actually
put
do
it.
have it's a very complicated name to look up because I'm sure you get this a lot. But when I was just Googling you guys to try to see what you guys were all about, I typed in O'Connor Pope, and the first like 3 pages was just Sinead O'Connor on it.
Oh yeah.
Tearing up a picture of the Pope.
yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. My real name's Tom Papa. I had to change it because of Tom Papa,
Who's Tom Papa?
comic. He's like a big name comic.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like Seinfeld.
That kind of sucks. He cucked your name.
Yeah, but Tommy Pope's a strong name.
Tommy Pope rules.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm big.
Were your parents mad when you had to change it?
No, my dad gave
Probably
me some
happy.
shit.
What?
My mom still doesn't even know what I do, really.
Yeah.
She doesn't even know you changed your name.
The only thing she's ever complimented me on was getting on fucking Law and Order. Of all the shit I've done. She
What'd you
goes,
play in Law and Order?
You're either a rapist or you stop a rape.
Yeah, right. Which one did
I
you
stopped my Indian wife from getting raped.
do? Hell
I'm a hero.
yes.
I'm a goddamn hero. Dude.
Hell yes.
That's my dream, actually, is to play the guy in Law and Order that finds a body at the start of the
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
It's like 5 seconds, and you're
Yes.
like behind a dumpster. What the hell? You're going for a jog or something?
Yeah.
what's this? And then
That's what I was. I was in the intro only.
That's it.
Yeah, I said, yeah. But the I will say that episode.
That was a wild cold open. Someone's trying to rape your wife.
That's dude. They run out of ideas. Yeah. I don't know if you ever seen Law and Order. It's pretty
and then
much
you're
the
just
whole
never
show.
in it again.
Yeah.
But that episode gets watched a lot, not because of me, but it's like the actual episode itself is like pretty good apparently. I don't
So
know.
you get a nice residual?
I mean, the fact that I get residuals quarterly is hilarious.
Yeah, what is
like
the
10
check?
years ago?
What's the check?
I get like 10 grand every 3 weeks.
Oh.
No.
You motherfucker.
No, it's like a few $100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they pay more if you're a rapist or if you're a guy that stops?
Great question. I'm going to call my agent.
There should definitely be like hazard pay if you get the rapist position.
Yeah. They pay you double.
Yeah, that's going to be on your resume.
Somebody
for
recognizes
forever.
you. You're a fucking pig.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because all these dumb fucking drunk housewives really don't understand it's a fake show.
Yeah.
I fucking recognize you. You raped somebody.
I can't believe they hired that rapist to be in a TV show on Netflix.
It does happen. I still kind of hate Joaquin Phoenix from The Gladiator.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
The Russell Crowe?
Yeah. I hated his character, and when I was like, again, I was like 9 years old, and I hated him so much.
It's probably
even when he's
more
in
his
movies.
pilot.
Even when he's in movies now, I'm like, I don't like this guy.
Yeah, no, that's true. When
He
you
hurt
see,
me
like
when I
a
was a
villain
kid.
guy.
He doesn't have a redeeming character arc, right? In any movie?
Signs, kind of.
I never saw it.
The Johnny
M. Night
Cash movie,
Shyamalan.
maybe?
Yeah.
He played Johnny Cash.
He played Johnny
Yeah.
Cash.
He was great in that. He's, I mean, he's
He's
saw
incredible.
actor,
yeah.
I fucking love that dude.
He's an awesome actor. But yeah, that is funny because it does stick in your head if you see someone like a bad guy in one movie. You're like, fuck that guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you gotta be typecast when you have that villain look. Like,
Yeah.
he has such
Yeah.
a fucking look.
Yeah, he
You
does.
can't be an everyday guy getting like making a woman swoon.
How was?
He was in Her.
Yeah, true.
fucking
In
a
love with
robot.
an AI. Yeah. I fell for that guy. that really tugged at the heartstrings.
Wait,
That one.
so how in terms of acting, how was it acting on Tires? Were there ever moments where you're like, "Fuck, I'm not like up to everyone else's standard here"?
Yeah, the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah, the entire time.
You were just like, how many? Did you guys do a lot of takes?
No.
Some
I love
people do.
that. I feel like it wouldn't be a big take show.
Well, the show's about Shane, so like, and also his genius is just like improving. So like,
Right.
once you just watch him go off, kind of
Right.
thing. There's other characters that are just line items to get the story pushing.
Yeah.
So there's not really much room for.
And there was just the thing where those episodes were shot on like a pretty insanely tight schedule.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
So yeah. So they were moving.
Yeah, McKeever's
Yeah.
genius is trying to keep everything fucking. You have deadlines for like where are we at this time? How much did we get
Yeah,
shot?
yeah.
And you have a shot schedule every morning going. This shot's getting done by 11 a.m. We got to after lunch. We got to get this next shot done by 12:30. 4.
Our guy Francis is in it.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Was
And
Francis fucking
Stavi's in it.
rules.
He's fantastic in
Yeah.
it too. Yeah, he's
Francis
so good.
rules. He's a great dramatic actor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there any like legendary stand-up comedians, really, really talented stand-up comedians that just can't act? Is it like
Oh,
a
yeah.
totally different skill set all the
Oh,
time?
1,000,000%. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I
I mean, I'm not gonna say name, but yes, they're objectively
It doesn't always translate.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does feel weird that
I'll tell you off air who
Yeah.
I've seen do stuff, and it's like, woof.
But I do feel it goes in the opposite direction more. Like I feel like comedians become serious, like really good serious actors
Yes.
more than a serious actor becomes.
Yes.
Agreed.
Yes. Yes.
Outside of like Jeff Daniels.
1,000,000%.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, Jeff Daniels was
He was serious.
We're watching it right now. We just started
Yeah.
rewatching it. The
What?
He's in a bunch of like
Yeah,
serious
no, I
stuff.
know. Yeah,
But
yeah.
Then he's also in like Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, yeah, that's
Like,
true. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
But
yeah.
just-
Jeff
what's the
Daniels.
thing? What's it called?
Godless.
Godless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seen him in Godless?
No,
Dude,
Good.
he's so fucking good.
he's a great actor. Yeah. That's
But yeah, there's a ton. It's more like exactly how he put it. There's
Yeah.
You can take them off stage. You're like, you can't act unless it's them. A lot of those
Right,
guys are
playing
so
themselves.
successful they
Yes.
play themselves.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Or some version of themselves.
Then it worked.
That's a great
That
place
is
to be
the
in.
dream.
That would
Yeah.
also be so embarrassing though if you sucked at playing yourself.
Yeah. The red light comes on. You just
Yeah, you're like, I don't know.
God,
I can't do this.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
gotta
they're like,
go
be
message.
sad. And
I'm capable
I am.
of that.
I'm
Yeah.
sad right
Someone's
now.
like, do what you do. And you're like, what do I do?
yeah.
Yeah.
That is like, I mean, we get
What do you think I am?
at Barstool, we get it.
Tell me what I am. Start crying.
Help. yeah.
There's a sect of
Line.
Give me some stuff of mine I can watch to be me. Yeah.
There's a sect of our fans that think that like we're like everyone in this like fun factory is like acting. It's like, do you know how hard that would be?
Yeah.
Like we have the weirdest people.
Yeah.
Like they're all themselves.
Yeah,
They're
you'd be
crazy.
making blockbuster movies.
Yeah, right. Like,
Best movies of all time.
They also don't know how much content it is required to get the good stuff.
right. Yo, we're taping all the time.
Dude, yeah, we've been here 4 fucking hours.
Yeah.
You're gonna see 45 minutes of stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, do that for 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
I think
something
they're gonna
funny
see,
will
they're
happen.
Going to see
man.
the full 4 hours.
Oh,
You better brace yourself
Yeah.
Not the basketball.
for that fucking
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Trivia.
your anger came out. So you guys, part of your relationship and why the podcast works, you guys bicker all the time. You told me a story about the chicken nuggets. What's the other biggest fight you guys have been in? Because I just love the fact that you guys bicker. And then I think the best part about what you guys have going is that you bicker and you know that you're not holding it like to the next day.
Yeah.
Because it's not fun if it was anger that stayed.
Yeah.
People would be like, I don't want to watch this. It's very funny when it's like 100, like 0 to 100 anger and then right back to 0.
Well, the funny thing is that if you do bring it up again, we get mad again.
So
You know
what?
what I mean? Like
yeah,
when
one
the
of them-
chicken finger thing came up again, we were both upset.
So what's another one that like had just like pissed you guys off?
Dude, I think it's just
mean-
it's a husband-wife relationship, especially when you're living together.
Who's the husband?
You're there.
Don't you
There
start.
is. He knows.
I mean, I have my idea of who the husband is. You guys want to share
He would be
yours?
the husband because I'm caretaker.
Okay.
I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah, no, that wasn't what I was gonna say.
Okay, what are you gonna say?
That is the best way to
I was
start.
gonna say
pot.
Chris is the
Accuse him of
husband because he
being the one.
fucks you in the ass all the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wish there was a payoff for the hell we go through. I wish.
What do you mean?
I wish
This
he
is the
bopped.
payoff.
I wish he bopped
Played
around.
sports all day.
I meant sexually.
Oh,
Bopping around my
there
prostate.
isn't. There isn't.
Not
You never coming on your belly thinking of me?
Well, you just ruined that.
Have you guys ever kissed?
No,
No.
We
You
kissed
want to try it now?
no, I
No.
don't.
every year on a
We
birthday.
get all of our guests to kiss.
Every year on your birthday, you guys
Yeah.
kiss.
He was born on January 30th. I was January 31st, same year. So
Passed
passing
the
of the torch.
birthday.
Birthday
Oh.
kiss.
Yeah.
I like that.
Now, why did
You ever
that
thought
start?
about kissing your co-host?
What?
Straight lips.
It's honestly kind of weird if you haven't thought about kissing each other.
No, I'm repulsed.
What do you mean thought about it? This is like when people ask you to think about suicide. It's like, well, yeah,
Of course.
yeah. Thought about it. What
Yeah,
kind of
next
idiot
question.
never thought about
Yeah,
it?
uh-huh.
Yeah. I've yeah.
My brother asked me that in sixth.
There's a lot of
grade.
things I fantasize.
He was in 8th grade. He asked me if he's like, "What do you mean you don't think about suicide?" I was like, "What?" I was like, "How? Why would you think about suicide?" Then you get older, you're like, "I've thought about 20 different ways I'd kill myself."
Yeah, you're not making a plan. But
No.
you're just like
No, but
you
you
know,
also should be
it's a
doing it in 8th
hypothetical.
grade.
It's
Yeah.
like standing on top of a high building and being like, "What if I jumped?"
Dude,
Yeah.
That's the
100%.
same-
It's a
Who
would
doesn't
you-
have that
it's the
feeling?
ultimate
Yeah.
would you rather. Would
And
you
I kind
rather
of want to do it that way.
would you rather continue on with this charade or would you end it tomorrow?
The ultimate nap.
Unplug.
Finally get rest.
Yeah, like or the you see a cop in line like in a donut shop. And you're like, what if I just grab?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
This would be sick.
The imp of the perverse.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
to be honest, to go back to that question, it was a perfect storm at that moment. I mean, we still bicker about everything, but like the perfect storm of living together.
Right.
Then you're getting into like lifestyle differences. Then you're getting into there's so many elements of pressure, like work or like fucking stand up, and then you just all that shit just builds. It's a pressure cooker, and eventually something's gonna pop off. Whether it's about a fucking chicken finger, it's really not. It's about frustrations around life.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you're only around one dude the whole fucking time, that person's gonna get it. It's why you and your girlfriend always fight about. It'll be fucking Chardonnay, but it's not about Chardonnay. It's about your breath while you were fucking 3 years ago. It could be anything. It could be absolutely anything. And I think a healthy relationship requires a bunch of that shit.
Yeah. So has the podcast gotten better since you guys moved out from each other?
No, I think it's pretty much the same.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see.
Do you guys miss it? The like living together? Because like that is obviously like having that moment where you're like, oh man,
I think
I
if
miss
we-
living with my
there's
guys.
the being held accountable because a lot of times, you know what I mean, you like think you're changing your life, but nothing's really changed.
Yeah.
And so on the pod, you're like, I'm doing this now. And when you're living together, the other person can go, no, you aren't.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100% not doing that.
Yeah.
I see it every day.
yeah.
But when you're living apart, you can be like,
7 a.m.
no, I've been at the gym every day, 9 a.m., and I'm cleaning now. Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
You're like, no, I see.
No, but I don't. The missing thing is like we see enough of each other. If it was just a podcast and then I didn't see him, it's like we are best friends. So it's like we see each other almost every day anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's nice having the break. It's
Yeah.
nice having a.
There's also a weird thing. I don't know if you guys run into this where it's like when you're not talking on microphones now, you're like, don't talk to me.
We don't
save it for Don't tell me a hilarious thing that happened.
Yeah.
It's not.
Always.
I can't monetize it.
The thing is,
Always.
we stream so much now. We're watching the games and we're usually on some sort of a live stream. So when that happens, you can't save anything that you want to say at the time.
Of course,
you have to
I mean, the
real.
difference between how intimate and cool this show is right now, than having a panel of 8 dudes talking about what they did last week. I'd rather get all this shit off my chest about how we bicker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Having something intimate and like tell a story.
Right.
As opposed to live stream's tough. That's hard to do.
Live streams are tough.
That is
and
hard.
we do that all Sunday too for like football games and stuff.
Crazy. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what we do is typically if it's within like 10 minutes of the show and we're talking about the games, if we start to like hit something that we get excited about, we're like, okay, let's just stop.
Shut up.
Let's
Yeah.
Save it.
Yeah, save all this.
Do you guys get also the weird one that we get is like whenever you're anywhere, they're like, "Hey, where's PFT?" Like I was in France
Of course.
on vacation with my wife, and a guy was like, "Hey, where's PFT?"
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah.
I'm in fucking France on vacation.
Yeah.
Like people in their head, they're like, they're just
You
always.
didn't get
together.
him a room?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Then you stop and thinking a teardrop.
Yeah, you're like,
Where is he? You start FaceTime like, where is he?
It's Home Alone. He snaps up like Catherine O'Hara. Oh my god, I love him. I get that in bars sometimes. If it's like midnight or later, they'll be like, "Where's Big Cat?" I was like, "He's probably with his children."
Yeah, I've been asleep since 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
'Cause I got to get up at 6 in the morning. But
It's also funny that like when you do talk, it winds up just being about stuff you can't say
yeah,
on it. So then it's just this dark.
Yeah.
yeah.
3 minutes of the N-word.
Just the
What
parts.
do you want? I
of
kicked the
lives
toaster
just,
by
like,
accident.
Fucking furious. Yeah.
Oh, but it's
What are you
awesome.
doing, you stubborn toe pussy?
It's awesome for you guys. It's cool to see like the success and like I mean doing a podcast with one of your best friends is like it's fun. It's a fucking
it's
dream
great.
job.
Awesome,
It's
man.
great.
We get to do this every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
It's like
But it is a talent. I will say, like going through it, it's a lot of work.
I still have imposter syndrome all the time. Where
Yeah.
I'm like, am I interesting or
Oh, good. You should have that
Yeah, right.
personally.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not interesting. I just got lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I got lucky, time and place, like everything fell together.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'll listen to myself back and be like, you're a fucking moron, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
But it is corny as hell when people like reach out to you saying like, you literally make my life better. And
Yeah.
you're like, oh,
Oh, the best.
That's-
Those are the best.
that's pretty cool. You didn't kill yourself? Fuck
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chalk that one up on the wall.
Yeah, you wanted to hear what we had to say about the Bengals versus the Texans? Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. We kept you for another day on this
You
earth.
still wind up just going like, man, I should probably just start taking this more seriously. I didn't realize I was saving lives out there. Yeah.
Do you guys prep for your shows?
No,
Nah.
never.
You just sit down.
Yeah. There's never even a conversation about it.
Really? You just
Yeah.
sit down, press
Hit
record.
record.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And it's usually Chris he hits record on the box and goes, all right. And then we just start talking.
I don't know. I feel like anytime you prep, it winds up coming out.
Inauthentic.
Yeah, feeling prepped.
Yeah.
Or you wind up getting mad because like you had I prepped a thing, and then you say it, and the conversation doesn't set you up the way you wanted to be set
Even
up.
if you
And you're like,
internally prep, it's like I always forget the story that happened. Like
Mm-hmm.
on the road or something, like that guy falling asleep on the toilet in Cleveland.
oh yeah,
And I was like, oh, at the very end of the podcast. Like even when you have a chunk to burn,
Yeah.
this will be 10 minutes. It's
Yeah.
funny
Yeah,
as
just
fuck.
on this
You think
thing,
it would
yeah.
just start like that. He's like, no, you just start with normal
And it's
conversation.
better when it comes up, the ooh moment.
Yeah, but I always forget. And then you just go, fuck. And then you just never say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I had one last question, rowback question, rhoback.com, promo code TAKE, 20% off your first purchase, Q-zips, polos, hoodies, joggers, shorts, rowback.com. All right, so this has been awesome. Everyone go check out Stuff Island. They're on the road.
Yeah.
I don't know when we're going to air this, but you can go check out their dates. I think you guys are doing an East Coast swing soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the next week.
New York,
Yeah. From
Connecticut.
Like the 29th through the 6th, yeah.
Albany, Boston, Providence,
Portland, Maine.
Portland,
Yeah.
and then
Nice.
we're going west.
And then watch Tires. Everyone's going to
Yeah.
watch Tires.
Yeah, that's
So I guess that's my last question. Like, I feel like this show is going to be a monster hit. Have you guys had that like date circled? Like, oh shit, when this date happens, now things might be a little different.
It's funny. Somebody asked Chris that asked both of us when we do the dual mic on our set. So we do it at our shows. There's stand up for both of us, and then we come out and dual mics, and then we just at the end we're like, "You got any questions for us?" And one kid asked that. He was like, "Do you foresee like a dramatic life change? Are you excited for the 23rd?" It's like, I don't know. I'll speak for myself. It's like, it's another thing. It's another thing.
But it might not
I'm not
be.
ready for the thought process yet. It's like, read into the turf.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to read into the turf situation.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like,
You're thinking about the
hopefully.
Yeah.
but prepare yourself for suicide. Just
Yeah. But it is crazy to think about that. It
Yeah.
could be like that. Could be a moment where you look back 10 years from now. You're like,
For sure.
that was
Yeah.
the change right
Yeah.
there.
I think you wind up also just like being concerned about other things. You're like, stand up, and is the podcast good? And you're like, it would suck if this thing popped off and then we sucked
Yeah.
at the other stuff that
Yeah.
we want to be good at. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
there's-
You finally get some
oh.
attention, and then everyone's like, man, their stand up sucks.
Yeah.
Their podcast
This guy's
sucks. what
trampoline jump wasn't even that high.
Yeah.
That is the worst
Yeah.
feeling, being
You're
like,
like-
if more people find out, those might be the people that are going to hate me.
Yeah.
Maybe everybody.
I'm waiting for that too.
Yeah.
To like the show to totally take off and everyone be like, but that one guy, I fucking hate that.
Oh, no. I'm thinking about, like, that is. Yeah. All right. That
You
won't
never
happen.
know.
No,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
won't happen.
You get killed off. Yeah.
Still have to hang out with your best
First
friend.
episode of season 2 is slip and fall. Yeah.
Shane runs you over with a car.
Oh, man.
Phil Leotardo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, boys.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate
Thanks
you
for
stopping
having
by. This
Yeah.
is great.
Thanks for having us.
You guys are going to do some cooking with Donnie tomorrow,
Yeah,
too. So you
that'll
go
be sick.
check out What's for Lunch. You guys have a great cooking show as well.
Yeah.
Let's go look at Dish.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Check out the Patreon.
Yeah, go to patreon.com/Stuff Island.
Oh, I should have said the Patreon.
Yeah.
How much are we making off the Patreon?
Don't worry about
Doing
that.
good.
We
Yeah.
all right.
Doing good.
Tell me how much.
We could be doing a lot
every
more.
cent helps.
How much are we making?
We're doing all right.
I can't tell you that.
Is it public?
Yeah, it is public.
The number? No, not.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We work our
won't say
dicks off.
We're doing
Yeah,
good.
everyone subscribe to the Patreon.
It's $5 for 4 extra hours of our podcast.
Love that.
$10 for 4 extra hours of podcast, plus a shitload of cooking every month.
Love that.
We're up to like 35 episodes of our cooking show. It's like an hour and a half, between a half hour to an hour and a half of me showing you how to cook.
Are you a
us
trained
having a
chef?
good time.
Trained cook?
Huh?
Are you like a trained cook, or is it just like learning how to do all
No,
this?
I learned. I'm self-trained.
Yeah. We can tell.
I can cook.
I think that is kind of the beauty of the show,
Yeah.
is that it's plausible recipes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just showing it's like elevated recipes that anybody can do. It's things you would never think you could possibly do, and I show you process, how to do it all, this simplistic process.
What's your best dish? If we said we want one, I want to be like, hey, Tommy, if you give me a dish and it's the best I've ever had, I'll give you $1 million.
Dude,
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie. We didn't have an idea, and I was like, "You should make General Tso's chicken, General Tso's chicken." And Tommy made it. It was the best fucking General Tso's chicken.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was really good.
Had. It was fucking. I don't know if it's probably your favorite, but holy shit!
I will say, like, in terms of dishes where ease of making it for anybody and the result being mind blowing, it's like a short rib ragu or lamb shank ragu with risotto.
Okay.
Where like if you looked at that dish, you'd be like, I can't do this, dude. I don't even cook. It's like I'll show you exactly how to do that. It's a panty dropper. It's like a great date night cook that is just one pot after you do all the prep, let it do its own thing. and then fucking see what happens.
Seems fancy. Short rib just seems fancy when you say it.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't know how to cook
You're just
that thing.
searing off meat, cooking it with a mirepoix, and then putting it wine, beef broth, some herbs, putting the pot into the oven, letting it cook for 4 hours.
All right.
I want this.
I'm going to check it out.
Dude, it's fucking incredible. I'll cook for you.
The General Tso's.
You will?
That amazes me.
It's
because
a power thing.
I didn't know that you could make General Tso's chicken.
Yeah, I didn't think
I
so
thought you
either.
just go into a Chinese restaurant. They have the machine.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's a proper wok too. I got a wok
Dude,
on Amazon for like $30.
it was fucking incredible.
It fucked me up, to be honest with the General.
Because I kind of thought the same thing when we made it. It would either be exactly
blah
regular, whatever,
or gelatin
or it'd be
diarrhea.
worse.
You make it
was
with pure ingredients that like
crazy.
replace the dog shit
Yeah.
and filler that these Chinese locations.
Oh, I do like MSG though.
MSG's.
I'm telling
you
you,
can buy that on
Tastes
your
so
own.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can buy a whole.
and that is
fucking-
easy to make.
yeah, that was easy.
Yeah, it was crazy easy to make. It's literally just rice and you like throw some chicken and flour basically.
All right,
It's
so
like-
check out the Patreon.
Yeah,
Thank you, boys, for stopping by.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yeah, good luck with tires.
thank you.
I mean, Tommy, this is probably the start of like an incredible career, and Chris, everyone's gonna hate your character.
I shouldn't have put that into the universe.
Welcome back to another Fyre Fest of the week, brought to you by our friends at Morgan & Morgan. You know it really sucks? Sleepwalking twice in the same night in a hotel room and getting redirected back to your door in underwear. You know what else really sucks? Getting injured. But you know what doesn't suck? Calling Morgan & Morgan so they can help you get what you deserve. Well, they can't help you in any of these Fyre Fest situations that we're putting out there. They might be able to help fight to get you full and fair compensation when injured. They get the people to pay the most. They're the best in the business. Bottom line, Morgan & Morgan, the fee is free unless they win. For more information, go to forthepeople.com/PMT or dial #law, #529 from your cell phone. Have you been injured mentally by a lottery ball machine? Call Morgan
Yes.
& Morgan. They will help you. Max, by the way, is off the deep end about this lotto ball machine.
Oh, it's
He came into the room after the show was over, and it was just me and him. He sat down on the couch, and he started like rubbing his legs, talking about how he's definitely going to get the lottery ball. He looked over, he went over to the machine, made sure the number 20 was still in there. And it's just,
In there.
it's so deep inside his head. And that's why I told Max, I'm definitely going to get it before him because I don't give a fuck. It's a lottery machine. It's easy. The balls are in there. It's going to happen. Max he's a mental puddle right now.
yeah. And guess what? We're probably gonna get 20 right now because he had to get on a flight to the shore to kiss some boys. He's gonna be kissing so many boys this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
You know it. Hank, you want to start us off? Fyre Fest?
Yeah, I'm gonna be a big man here.
Whoa,
Okay. I
big
could-
Hank Lockwood. What
I
has he
could-
ever done?
I could not talk about it. I could run away.
He slept in.
I got banged.
Whoa,
Oh,
hey,
okay.
hey now.
Hank, did you turn around and look back at it?
As
Oh,
hard as I've ever
shit,
been
Hank.
banged
Uh-huh.
by
How
one
big
of
was
my
the
own.
dildo?
By one of my own, Nick Fasoli. He works here. Camera
Oh,
guy.
Eva. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot about this clip.
This is my
Can we
favorite.
put this clip
Yeah,
in?
no.
Meme?
Yeah,
No,
because
no,
people
no,
be
no.
lost if they don't know the clip.
They
Hank.
got-
That's
you
what I'm
gotta
saying.
put the
All right,
clip
you know what?
in. You
Fuck
gotta
it.
put the clip
That's
in.
what I'm saying.
This
Other
is my
people would run
favorite-
away.
Yeah.
Big Cat and PFT, they would like pull the fucking big dick card and cut everything and be like, we're not putting this out there.
What?
This is
When have we
illegal."
ever done that?
What?
Wait,
That's so
wait,
many
wait,
times.
hold on. Henry Lockwood.
Dan.
You have literally
George
had
Brett.
an entire career. George Brett, I was naked.
They basically made it look like I was.
Oh, you're comparing me being naked.
Well, you're about to ask me when you've ever done it. And I was
No.
I
That was
also
also
that
7 years ago.
And it was also I was literally naked. You want to put that out? Fine,
No,
fucking
no,
put it
I'm
out.
just saying. I'm just saying.
You have made a great living, drives an Audi, off of taking bad pictures, bad angles, bad everything of me.
No,
Yes.
you just have bad
Yeah.
look sometimes.
Okay, and I know you put them out. And I was
But-
like, all right, fine.
But
fuck
I
it.
don't do it intentionally. Like
Yeah, I
you
can't
asked
believe
me
he
to take
just,
a picture.
He just tried to say me being naked by accidentally peeping tomming ourselves with the GoPro is the same as you sucking Nicky Smoke's dick.
So we were in the gambling cave. We're talking. I'm eating my lunch, and me and Nicky Smokes are arguing. He comes over to show me a clip, and Fasoli, camera guy, had the camera angled.
He's much more than a camera guy. Hank.
Yeah, he's vegan.
Not for long. He was angled perfectly where you couldn't see that I was eating the food. You could just see my mouth moving, and Nicky Smokes was standing up over me, so my mouth and head was at his abdomen section.
Not abdomen, a little bit lower.
Whatever. And it's a horrible looking video. And then the second, this is why I got banged, because it's like Fasoli, one of my guys, Boston guy.
Well, you didn't get banged. You just got.
No, he knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing.
Throat pipe.
The camera stopped rolling. He goes, "Oh, that's gonna be a bad look for you." And I was like, "What the hell, man? If you had literally just moved the camera 2 inches right, you would have, seen the accurate portrayal of what was going on." But I'm not gonna hide. I'm just gonna
wait. But he couldn't have done that because you can't put you sucking his dick on the
That's
internet.
not what I was doing.
Oh.
Hank, fact or fiction? The video did numbers.
It hasn't come out yet.
It's definitely doing numbers. Are you a company guy?
That's
head of content.
I'm talking about it right now. A non-company guy, a fraud would run away from it. I'm just gonna embrace the numbers. I'm just gonna, it is what it is. But it just hurts personally that one of my own guys did this to me, because it was truly a bang job, the likes of which I've never seen before. I've never done something as bad to you guys as I got done in this scenario.
It does
fact or fiction.
It does put new meaning to head of content.
I'm pretty sure I can find a ton of times you've done that.
Not intentionally, not where I was like, I'm gonna purposely set this video up to make you look as bad as humanly possible. You just happen to look bad.
Yeah, I don't think that's true.
It's great content. It might be my favorite video ever.
It's crazy.
Wait, you wipe your mouth at one point, you go back in for more.
It's so
it's
good.
Yeah,
it's so good.
It's a shockingly crazy video, and the worst part is like Fasoli literally could have taken one step to his right, and it would have been a completely different video. And he knew that, and that's what hurts. It's not the Fyre Fest. Isn't that there's a video of me looking like I'm sucking Nicky Smoke's dick? It's that I got done dirty by someone that was formerly one of my guys.
Well, it sounds like it was good content.
Yeah, and that's again,
but couldn't you make the argument that Fasoli was actually just doing his job to the most, Viva?
No.
Yeah, he was.
No, we tried.
This is a funny clip that our job is to create moments that people want to watch and be like, oh my God, Hank just sucked Nicky Smoke's dick.
Wait,
yeah, he did.
Wait a second, Big Cat. I remember there was a time in Stool Streams when we were playing ping pong.
Yeah.
And I went to the corner to wipe off my glasses, and I was facing the corner. And as I was wiping my glasses off, I think Hank put the camera on me from behind, made it look like I was jacking off, and then turned it into a GIF.
Interesting.
Those are
fact or fiction.
Those are fixed camera angles.
Fact or fiction.
Those fact or fiction. Those are fixed camera angles. You, as a participant, knew where I didn't.
Ain't no fun with the rabbit got the gun.
Hank, you did the same thing.
No.
So
it wasn't.
his job.
It wasn't a handheld camera. It wasn't like
you weren't.
It wasn't angled specifically.
There was nothing that was handheld in that video.
Either way, if you would like to see what it looks like for Hank to give head, watch Viva. Well, no, we put it in here, but yeah, Hank gives. That's actually decent head.
I think it was pretty good. We should get Joey and Pat on to rate the head.
Decent head.
The wipe in the mouth at the end.
Yeah. And it just keeps going.
That was courteous of you. You don't want to have his cum all over your chin. You do spill a lot on your own chin.
But yeah,
It's a solid.
I embrace the content. I'm not going to run from it, and I'm just not going to go online for the weekend.
It's what, like,
and Fyre Fasoli.
20, 30 seconds of Hank giving a blowjob.
Yeah.
Pip season.
Yeah, actually, if you say the only critique I have is I would think Nicky Smokes would last longer.
Yeah. Well, Hank's that good.
Yeah.
The GOAT.
Yeah.
You did actually get a little of the balls there too, right?
It's really good, Hank. It's a good video.
It's a great video. It's a great video.
Stuff.
Okay, PFT.
That's a good Fyre Fest. I'm not going to top that. I've had a pretty clean week overall.
You run from all your shit.
What do you mean I run from my shit?
I don't know.
You run towards everyone with your mouth open.
Yeah, Hank's a first responder when it comes to giving blowjobs.
Mm-hmm.
He hears the sound of a horny guy and he runs towards the fire.
Oh, you got a hard dick? I got you. You probably. I mean, it's probably good protein to help dunk.
That's a good point.
Some extra protein.
Whatever it takes.
Good point. If you got your dick sucked more often, then maybe you'd be chiller. You wouldn't be so angry.
He's a giver, not a taker.
Also, documentary episode 2 is coming out. I touched the rim. Spoiler.
Did you suck anyone's dick?
No.
Okay.
No.
Then I'm not watching.
That'll be out today as well.
But do you think I can dunk by the time October comes around? It's just like it is different meaning to dunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got any more? Empty the clip.
No, that's it.
Holiday weekend.
Did you imagine that his penis was a lighthouse?
Nope.
Can someone make
I was just eating tacos, all right?
Can you make
trying to eat my fucking lunch?
Remember when
I was defending Rico Bosco eating tacos, and it's turning
Memes. Hank, that's not what eating tacos
Lizzie
is.
Gobbler.
Memes. I don't think. Wait, is Nikki Smokes Latina?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. So it wouldn't be tacos.
Well, eating
You're eating
taco.
some linguine.
It was Taco Tuesday.
Taco is
the opposite.
Yeah.
Hank. Memes. Can you know the old GIF of Blake Bortles turning into a goat? Can you just make that, but it's Nancy Reagan turning into Hank?
Yeah, like that. That's good. That's good. Maybe Photoshop his head onto Heather Brooke. That would be good too.
Oh shit.
Hank, I love it.
Yeah, but we don't even have to do another Fyre Fest.
Yeah.
That was great, Hank.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have said it on the show, but I'm not.
No, you didn't. You're not running from it. You're not running from it. You're not running from
content.
it. It's hard to run when you're on your knees.
I wasn't on my knees. I was sitting.
Maybe we'll get Bill Clinton on the show finally.
Yeah.
You'd love that.
Would I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big Bill Clinton guy.
All right, so PFT, what is your Fyre Fest?
My Fyre Fest, it's just in general for humanity, something to be on the lookout for. There's a recent trend that's starting to go viral, and I think it's going to happen more and more as the summer progresses.
Okay.
It started last night at the Rocket City Trash Pandas game.
Okay.
Rocket City Trash Pandas minor league baseball team. I believe they're Madison, Alabama. I wore their hat actually the other day, ironically. They had crowd shots of guys catching cicadas and eating them.
Oh, yeah.
In the stands.
Oh, yeah. Cicada season.
And we're going to see more and more, I predict, this summer of just cicada camp. Just people just grabbing a cicada and eating it on camera.
What's one of those years, right?
Where they want you to eat the bugs? This is the first step in eating the bugs. Is normalizing it.
Yeah, no, we will not eat the bugs, Hank.
Like every 13 years.
Maybe we'll
every
eat the bugs.
13 years.
Hank will,
17. We will not eat the bugs.
Hank will eat anything.
Hank, they're going to try to get us to eat the bugs.
Now,
then they're going to say, oh, we don't have any more steak anymore, but we have the bugs, and then we're all betas.
I'm opposed to eating the bugs, but I will drink the bugs because there's a Chicago Malort cicada shot.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of Malort. Had it for the first time a couple years ago. Drank it several times last summer. I'm going to have to drink the bugs in the Chicago Malort shot.
I don't know if I'm going to even drink the bugs.
I will drink the bugs.
I don't want the government to have that over me.
I won't eat them.
Swallow them like pills.
Also, the spiders have come back to my
What?
Remember?
On your balcony?
Oh, no, they're holding you hostage.
I think they want revenge. Yeah, I'm actually scared.
Well, they heard about you, and they're like, "Well, Hank, I shoot a lot of white stuff out of my abdomen.
Yeah.
Maybe Hank will take care of me."
Yeah, if the average person swallows 8 spiders, how many think Hank does with that throat?
Yeah,
fucking insane.
Do spiders have 8 dicks?
I don't know, but Hank can find out.
Yeah, let us know. Sound off in the comments, Hank.
All right, my Fyre Fest is, I actually texted you guys this. So I my daughter's birthday was Tuesday, went to Chuck E. Cheese, was in the zone, just being a dad with my daughter, just having a great time, just trying. She speed run the whole Chuck E. Cheese. I think we tried every single little ride, toy, everything in like maybe 15 minutes, just ripping through it all. And then all of a sudden I have a woman who's like, "Hey, are you Big Cat?" And I was like, "Oh shit. Like, this is weird at Chuck E. Cheese." I was like, "Yeah." And then she pulled her 8-year-old son. She's like, "Yeah, my son recognized you." And I was like, "Oh." And then the kid was like, "Yeah, my dad watches all your guys' stuff. So I saw you and I knew who you were." And then I was stuck in that moment, when we see Stoolies out, it's awesome. They're the best fans in the world. But usually, it's like, "Oh, hey." And then maybe a couple quick convo, who you on tonight, whatever. I immediately went into I was like, yeah. So like, what do you think about Caleb Williams to an 8-year-old?
Yeah.
And he was just like, yeah, I'm a Bears fan.
Mm-hmm.
And then I took a picture with him.
Yeah, you can't say 90% of the stuff, and then you think to yourself, "Is this kid listening to my podcast?"
Yeah. So the whole thing was just had me rattled. But that's one 8-year-old that will grow up to be. So shout out Rylan.
Rylan.
Yeah.
Big shout out.
Yeah. Hopefully his dad's watching right now.
Love it.
Took
Love
a picture with him. Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. 8-year-old.
Oh, you know,
cheese.
I just thought of. You remember the thing that we used to say that we don't say anymore? People are gonna start saying that to Hank.
Someone tried to say that to me when I was with my kids at a street festival on Saturday.
Oh, that's a shame.
Whispered in my ear, which I appreciated the whisper.
Yeah, the whisper.
But it also was like, what?
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This one over here.
Because Hank sucks dick.
It's going to come back. Yeah.
So,
I mean,
wait,
you're literally talking to an 8-year-old right now, and then
No, we're not.
No, I already ended.
No,
conversation ended with
some
Rylan.
respect.
Conversation ended
Have
with
some
Rylan.
respect,
Hank,
Big Cat.
when someone comes up to you and says, suck my dick, are you going to be like, sure?
No. So we don't say it anymore.
Right.
But some people might. It's going to be tough to know who's an AWL and who just saw you in this video because maybe it's just like a gay person that saw your work.
Right, and we can.
And they just really want you to.
And we
I
can
might
say
get T-shirts made. I don't.
my T-shirt about not sucking dick has a lot of people asking questions that are already answered by my T-shirt.
And we don't say that anymore, but do we do that anymore? Yes.
I mean, do whatever you want. Let your freak flag fly.
No, I'm saying-
I'm not here
yeah.
to judge. I don't personally. I just
Wow.
eat tacos in the gambling cave. But you know, whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, should we actually talk to HR? That Hank was sucking someone off in the gambling
in the
cave in
cave?
the middle of a Tuesday?
Yeah.
That feels a little sexual harassment
From who?
to all of us that had to watch you do that.
You're all right. Then why are you going to tweet it? That means you won't tweet it then? Because it's sexual harassment? Deal.
No, because I believe in speaking truth to power, and I think that anything done like that should be
Facts.
brought to light.
You've already
up.
brought it to light.
Good.
You have.
No.
Yes.
Sully has created this false narrative, and you guys are running with it.
Sully was just doing his job. Just doing my job. And that smile. God bless Sully. Memes, you got a Fyre Fest?
Fucking a man. But yes.
What?
Fucking a man.
Sucking a man.
Sucking a man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I took a line drive to the foot in softball.
Oh, no.
Fucking, what was that?
He was
doing a
the
meme.
fucking
Thinking
man.
meme.
He was trying to do a meme. He should have
I
said
was
sucking
holding
a
that
man.
Sucking a man.
Sucking a man was right there for you, memes.
Yeah, I was holding that one in. But I took a line drive to the foot.
Let us know when you're holding another one in because we don't want you to like pass out.
Seems you got a fucking man.
Fucking a man.
Also, Jake got shat on by a bird.
That's good luck.
It's very good luck, yeah.
Yeah. Wait, you got hit by a line drive
Yeah,
Why
standing
didn't
on
you
second.
fucking catch it? Oh.
Yeah.
on the foot?
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, why did you catch it?
I was
You
a
were
base
standing
runner.
on second.
Oh,
Wait,
what-
so
move?
if you were sitting on second, why'd you get called out?
Why didn't you jump?
I tried moving my foot and moved it into it. Reactionary.
It moved.
Yeah.
You control your feet.
Yeah, my brain moved it and I got smoked by it. Now
Got
my foot
it.
hurts.
And we lost.
And we got smoked.
Well, you and Max weren't there.
I know.
So you guys might be the key to winning.
I think we are.
100%. Well, maybe more the Max part.
I mean, I'm 2-0 on the mound.
Yeah, but
I've
Max.
seen you work on the mound. You're a lot better than that.
That doesn't even make sense.
No, it
Yeah, it
does.
does.
It does.
The
You
mound.
don't know about the mound.
Yeah.
What mound?
Mons pubis.
Yeah, no, it makes no sense. I
So
also,
you're
I
saying
also,
you're
I
good with-
also,
so
I
you're
also,
saying you're
I
good
also
with
have a
balls?
better. I
It's
also have
literally an anatomical
a
term.
better batting average. Yeah,
Then Max?
I think so. Memes?
How
How many balls in play?
I don't.
It's probably
think
close.
So.
BAPIP? Yeah, what's your BAPIP?
What's your exit velo?
Well, Hank hits a lot of triples. He's always on
Yeah.
third base.
Yeah. You like that, Hank.
I don't. I want you to say numbers.
Numbers. 20.
Did you go deep?
Max is not here, so 20 hitting would be the greatest thing ever.
I should probably switch it up, huh? All
Actually, I should take a backup video so he can't think that this is edited.
right, we'll go 33.
Look, I'm doing a backup video right here.
I'm going to go 8.
3.
Remember when Max never got this?
I texted Pug to come in.
Make sure to look away, Big Cat.
Come on, Pug.
99 Pug. That wasn't actually Pug, but that's what he's going to say.
Shane, Pug, numbers. He said 99 Pug.
His mic was off.
His mic was off. Shane.
21.
21. Pug, say it again.
Pug, you want to talk about what you want to talk about? He's got a.
Oh, yeah. I have something to ask of PFT and Big Cat.
Oh, no.
Not sure if they're going to say yes. It's pretty serious.
Well, as long as it's not, suck your dick, we'll be fine.
No, in the New York office, we had something that brought everyone together, and it was good camaraderie. But we had a blitz machine in the old office, and we don't have one here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
No problem.
That's
what does it
huge.
mean brought everyone together? Just brought you together with the machine.
Well, like the production guys. Like,
oh,
we
okay.
take a break.
Yeah,
and
that's
play
no
and
problem.
good
Why are
camaraderie.
you nervous about asking that? We got to get NBA Jam too.
I don't know.
Oh, Big Buck Hunter.
Yeah, let's
We
get
gotta
a
get
fucking
Big
whole
Buck Hunter.
arcade,
It's just
Pug.
the best.
Oh, a flight simulator.
Let's get a whole arcade.
Yeah, all of it. That's all rolled into one.
Let's get VR goggles. You put them on and Hank sucks your dick.
All next to
I'm
Mr. Pear's cage.
I'm gonna have to make a.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to ask AI Hank.
Everyone say their numbers again just in case. 20.
33.
99
Eight.
Pug.
21.
$75.
Love you guys.
Oh, yeah, I already said. We'll see you on Tuesday.
Love you guys.